following is a proud production presented by the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And now it's time for the Mid-GA Sports pregame show, brought to you by Brandon Outfitters. Here's Kenny Kofer and Brett Taylor.
Put me in cold, I'm ready to play today. Put me.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Hornets Nest Diamond, as Kenny and I are here to bring you the action as Westfield starts the 2015 baseball season here in a big matchup of kind of close proximity rivals, Kenny, in the Tiftarea Panthers coming to town and taking on the Hornets here in the Hornets Nest baseball styles. We just got wrapped up with basketball. The basketball team for Westfield wrapped up play last week, and boys and girls probably a little disappointed with the outcomes, but nonetheless they had good seasons, and we'll be able to build on that. And baseball team is, as you can see, taking some infield practice here, and they're hoping that they can get things off on the right start and kind of continue some of that momentum that they had at the end of the season last year. Welcome into the Brandon Outfitters pregame show. As we talked about some of that momentum, they beat Tatnall last year 2 times up there in Tatnall late in the season, made the playoffs, had to go on a long trip, I believe, up to Atlanta to play in the won one game and lost 2 the other games in the series. But nonetheless, this 2015 version, Kenny is hoping that they can get things on the started off on the right track and really build some momentum as they hope to head into region play in the kind of beginning of April and get things going and see if they can't make a big run in state.
Yeah, and this is going to be interesting to see how this team lines up here tonight. Obviously, you mentioned they're just stepping off the basketball floor. So what kind of baseball shape are they going to be in? Obviously, cardiovascular-wise, basketball is more strenuous of the sports. But how are they going to be mind-wise? They haven't been able to practice too much. Are they going to know the certain situations, laying down the bunts, covering on defensive bunts? So it'll be interesting to see how they fare here today. But, you know, a name that everybody's going to be watching out for on this baseball diamond, a young man that's kind of put on a lot of muscle, as you can see. He's out there at second base right now, and that is Cole Brandon. Cole has really dedicated himself strictly to baseball, and you can tell it's made a big difference in his body there as I zoom in on him taking some infield. But Cole is a player to watch out for. He's already verbally committed to Georgia Southern to play baseball in a couple years, only a sophomore, so it'll be interesting to see if he steps up here as a leader this year, because Westfield lost a lot of big players last year. William Amos graduated. He went on to University of Georgia as a student. And, you know, Garrick Broxton was a good pitcher for Westfield last year as well. Charlie Ayer, you name it. So it's going to be defense and pitching that's going to be the questions really for Westfield. Bo Holcomb was a good player for them as well out in right field. Now Giles Amos, he's switched over to right field here tonight, and he'll be playing over there. So how will he fare defensively? I know he's obviously got the athleticism, but I know last year he at times was trying to find his way in center field. So it'll be very interesting to see how this team plays here this evening. And they got a perfect weather night, because it seems like it's been raining all of February and here at the beginning of March, but couldn't ask for better weather here tonight. And Westfield's looking to get off here on the right track, as you said, Brett, as they're going to take on the Tiftarea Panthers here in just a little under 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Giles Amos, another player that, and I don't know if you spoke as much about him as my wife was trying to text me and see what was going on. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think, is going to have to be a key for Westfield. He was kind of a very good offensive player last year for the Hornets at the plate, and you got to expect him to kind of carry the load, as you talked about some of those seniors that they lost. Garrett Broxton and Charlie Ayers played very good. William Amos. All those guys are gone, and as you said, some of these youngsters are going to have to step up, and hopefully they can play very well. As we came here and a little bit earlier saw the JV play very well, got a big victory over Tiftarea's JV, so hopefully that will bode well here for the varsity Hornets as well, and see if they can't get off on the right right footing here to start this 2015 baseball season. What we'll do is we'll take a quick break and be back with some more starting lineups and the rest of the Brandon Outfitters pregame show. You're listening to Westfield Hornet Baseball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan. Our new dealership is now open. We're just off I-75 across from the fairgrounds. Everything's new, from the all-new Mustang to the brand-new Ford F-150. What will never change are the straightforward deals and our no-hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75 at exit 134 in Perry. David Reagan Ford, we're the guys in the white hats.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
Once installed, you can't stop it from spreading. Introducing Kudzu from ComSouth, entertainment, media, and communications throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSouth Kudzu whole home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs, and with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services will spread throughout your house like Kudzu 2. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands, such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest as the Westfield Hornets are set to take on the Tiftarea Panthers here this evening, as we're almost set for first pitch. And while we have a chance, let's go ahead and run down our starting lineups here for, first of all, the visiting Tiftarea Panthers. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 2, Cade Marlowe. Pitching and batting second will be number 1, Devin Polk. Batting third, playing second base will be number 11, Bo Vickers. Batting cleanup and playing first base is number 24, Rhett Rycroft. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 7, JT Tanner. Batting sixth and catching, number 10, Bo Kennedy. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 19, Hayden Weeks. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 15, Drew Cook. And batting ninth, playing left field, is number 4, Grant Hall. That's a starting lineup for the visiting Panthers. Now for your Westfield Hornets, leading off, playing center field, number 6, Austin Burnett. Batting second, playing second base, number 1, Tanner Westbrook. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 5, Cole Brannon. Batting fourth and catching, number 10, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 22, Aiden Murphy. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 15, Giles Amos. Batting seventh and pitching, number 9, Brian Bledsoe. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 12, Ben Murphy. Batting ninth and playing first base is number 28, T. Adams. And those are the starting lineups for both teams, the Westfield Hornets and the Tiftarea Panthers here tonight, Brett. And it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we talked about just a little earlier here on the Brandon Outfitters pregame show that Brian Bledsoe will be the starting pitcher, and he is somebody to watch here tonight. We talked about how Westfield has got a whole new look here as far as a pitching squad or a pitching staff, if you will, and it'll be interesting to see how Brian starts out here at home.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's always interesting to see how pitchers get started, especially in that first inning, because that can also, more often than not, kind of dictate how they're going to fare the rest of the remaining innings. And you see it a lot. If you can get out of it like a big jam or something, get some momentum and some confidence built, that can really bode well for the rest of the game. And hopefully that can happen for Mr. Bledsoe, because he's going to be on that mound here tonight. And under the lights, as it's not yet daylight savings time. If this was this game next week, this time it would be probably about 2 hours more of sunlight. But he's about to get under the big lights, in a hurry, and hopefully he's ready for it. It should be a great matchup. As I said, both these teams are very close in proximity, only about 45 minutes to an hour away from one another, and you got to know that probably a lot of these guys have grown up playing one another. All the way up from the not little league, but the C and B team and all that stuff. So it should be a great matchup, and hopefully we have a good game to bring you here tonight, and very exciting. And I'm excited to get baseball started. This is one of my favorite times of the year. The spring is starting to get kind of in the air here in Middle Georgia, and should be a great atmosphere.
A little confusion down on the field at the moment. Not sure what's going on. They might be waiting on the umpires. That could be the issue. But right now it's Westfield. They'll be decked out in their home green tops with gold numerals and lettering, and white bottoms with the green pinstripe up the side with the white hat and green bill. The visiting Tiftarea Panthers will be in the gold shirts, gray bottoms, and navy blue caps with the gold Tiftarea emblem on the front. And Westfield and Tiftarea seem to face off no matter what in whatever sport in the first game of the season, especially now that they're out of region play. So it'll be interesting to see, as looks like we're going to have a little bit of a short delay here before we get this thing kicked off. I don't know what's going on as far as waiting on the umpires. So I guess the same crew that did the JV squad must have gone out to get a burger before the varsity game. So
I know where they can get some good burgers.
Yeah, down the concession stand. That's about the closest thing. Don't ever eat a Dairy Queen burger. Holy cow. All right, so why don't we go ahead and take a quick break and come back with you. Hopefully we'll have umpires when we come back. You're listening to the Brandon Outfitters pregame show here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan. Our new dealership is now open. We're just off I-75 across from the fairgrounds. Everything's new, from the all-new Mustang to the brand-new Ford F-150. What will never change are the straightforward deals and our no-hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75 at exit 134 in Perry. David Reagan Ford, we're the guys in the white hats.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
Once installed, you can't stop. Throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSound Kudzu Whole Home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs. And with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services will spread throughout your house like Kudzu 2. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
And welcome back here to the Hornets Nest in the Brandon Outfitters pregame show. We're still awaiting the arrival of the umpires. Not exactly sure what's going on, but hopefully they'll be here soon. But in the meantime, while we have a little bit of time, Brett, obviously baseball season starting here, but it's also kicking off spring training down in Orlando and all across Florida and in Arizona. And no team is going to be more different than before. As you know, the Atlanta Braves, they're going to have an entirely new team basically, and to be honest with you, I think it's for the better.
Yeah, hopefully they can be a lot more productive at the plate instead of striking out or hitting a home run. They're going to be one of those teams that gets a lot of base hits. That's kind of seems to be the recipe that's winning here lately. Good pitching and base hitting ball clubs with maybe a slugger or two mixed in. Look at the Giants, Buster Posey. And who else on their lineup? Maybe the Panda last year, Sandoval, and that's about it. The rest of them are just kind of free swingers. The Cardinals, they're kind of the same way. A lot of base hit guys. Maybe Craig? That's the big popper on.
Well, he was, but they traded him to the.
But I'm
Red
talking
Sox.
about last year.
Well, actually, they traded him at the end of the year.
Did
but
they?
You're right.
Okay, but a lot of those type teams where just a lot of base hit type players and then very good pitching. Obviously, the Giants and the Cardinals come right to mind. The Kansas City Royals, absolutely. And then the year before, Boston had a pretty good staff and also a lot of good hitters. So you really need guys who are going to, be able to put the ball in play and not swing and strike out all the time. Unfortunately for the Braves, they got to keep one of the Uptons. You got rid of the one you wanted to keep, and you had to keep the one you didn't want. But
the good thing is he's hurt. I mean, I know that's bad to say. He's hurt. He's out until at least May. So that, believe it or not, that's a positive.
But I think maybe some youngsters can come up and play, and that you got three positions on the infield solidified with Chris Johnson, Andrelton Simmons, and Freddie Freeman. Behind the plate, I would assume, is going to be Christian Bethancourt and then Przinski to back him up. And then you've got
a whole new outfield.
A whole new outfield. Markakis, who has been good in the past with Baltimore, and hopefully he can be good for the Braves. I know, isn't there a guy named Reyes that might fight for position at second base, and he seems to be a pretty good youngster. You got Phil Gosselin, some of those players. Pasternicki's in the mix there, I think.
I can't remember if he's still with them or not. But
Kelly Johnson's back with the Braves, believe it or not. So
should be interesting.
Should be very interesting. But like you said, hopefully this is a change for the better and a lot more base hit types hitters, line drive guys, instead of, hey, let's see if we can hit it out of the park. As it seemed to be the last 2 years, that was the case. Either strike out or hit it out of the park.
Yeah, they're going to manufacture a lot more runs. Their pitching is going to be strong. Shelby Miller, Julio Teheran, Alex Wood, Mike Minor, I think, will rebound. And then you got a lot of guys competing there for the fifth spot as well. So young, exciting team. It'll be interesting to see. To me, it can't be any worse than last year.
Were they 79 and 83? And
right,
they had the lead most of the way, and then just lost it.
Well, I mean, I think anytime the expectations are low, you can only exceed them, and that's what they're going to do this year. Last year, the expectations were high because they had a lot of names, but they disappointed. But here at the Hornets Nest, the umpires have shown up, and Coach Fitzpatrick giving the lay of the land down there, telling everybody where the issues might be if a ball gets in a corner or gets stuck underneath the fence, and letting his other coach know, the Tiftarea and the umpires, as we're almost set for baseball. Why don't we go ahead and give you the rundown again on the starting lineups for both teams. For Tiftarea, Cade Marlowe will lead off. He'll play shortstop. Devin Polk will pitch and bat second. Bo Vickers will play second and bat third. Rhett Rycroft playing first base and batting cleanup. JT Tanner will be the right fielder. He'll be batting fifth. Bo Kennedy was the catcher, and he will be batting sixth. Hayden Weeks batting seventh, playing center field. Batting eighth and playing third base is Drew Cook. Batting ninth and playing left field is Grant Hall. That's the starting lineups for the Tiftarea Panthers, and now for the homesteading Westfield Hornets. Leading off, playing center field, number 6, Austin Burnett. Batting second, playing second, number 1, Tanner Westbrook. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 5, Cole Brannon. Batting fourth and catching, number 10, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Batting 5th and playing third base, number 22, Aiden Murphy. Batting 6th and playing right field, number 15, Giles Amos. Batting 7th and pitching, number 9, Brian Bledsoe. Batting 8th and playing left field, number 12, Ben Murphy. And batting 9th playing first base, number 28, T. Adams. So, Brett, some of these names stick out from last year who we remember. A new name to me is T. Adams, so it'll be interesting to see how he does over there at first base. He's batting 9th. And Bledsoe we saw come in at times at the catcher position, backing up Ryan Fitzpatrick. But tonight he'll be pitching, and we'll get to see what kind of lineup he has. I'm just looking down there at the starters for this Tiftarea team. Tell you, number 24 there, the cleanup hitter, Rhett Rycroft, is a big guy, so he, I'm sure, is going to be somebody to watch out for. But Westfield almost set for baseball season here, and it should be an exciting night between the Hornets and the Panthers. A pretty good crowd out here thus far, and not a better night to do it. And don't forget, all the way out there in right center field, Brandon Outfitters. You hit that sign. I can't remember the deal, but that would be pretty awesome if somebody's out there able to poke one, especially if it was Cole.
Absolutely. That'd be, hey, Dad, you owe me some money there.
Say, I'm going to pay for that.
Son, I don't owe you anything. No.
And there goes Austin Burnett out there to center. There's Tanner. Tanner finishing up his athletic career here at Westfield, playing his final sport of the season and of his Westfield career. Tanner does everything for this Westfield team. He'll be sorely missed next year for sure. As Brett, you want to go ahead and take a quick timeout, wrap up this Brandon Outfitters pregame show, and come back and probably have a little bit of the national anthem before we have first pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a plan. And as Kenny said, we'll be back with the start of the start of the baseball game here inside the Hornets Nest. You're listening to Westfield Hornet Baseball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan. Our new dealership is now open. We're just off I-75 across from the fairgrounds. Everything's new, from the all-new Mustang to the brand-new Ford F-150. What will never change are the straightforward deals and our no-hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75 at exit 134 in Perry. David Reagan Ford, we're the guys in the white hats.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
Once installed, you can't stop it from spreading. Introducing Kudzu from ComSouth, entertainment, media, and communications throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSouth Kudzu whole home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs, and with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone service like Kudzu 2. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm. One of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands, such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
And welcome back into the Hornets Nest as we're almost set for first pitch here from the Westfield School as the Westfield Hornets take on the Tiftarea Panthers. Kenny Kofer, Brett Taylor live on the call here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Sun has gone down now, lights are on, and we're almost set for baseball. As Brian Bledsoe on the mound, he will take on a Tiftarea team that lines up like this. Marlowe batting first, Paulk second, Vickers will be batting third, Rycroft in the cleanup hole, Tanner batting fifth, playing right field, Kennedy will be catching, Weeks batting seventh, playing center field, Cook third baseman batting eighth, and ninth will be Grant Hall, the left fielder. And Westfield will go around the infield with Williams at first, Westbrook at second, Brandon at short, and Aiden Murphy over at third, and then swing around the outfield there for Westfield. In left, Murphy, and center, Burnett, and around the right field will be Giles Amos. And congratulations to Giles Amos, competed in a camp over in Warner Robins Step It Up camp and won the MVP of that camp at the wide receiver position. So starting to get some notice is the tall senior, or soon to be senior next year, receiver.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's good for Giles, and hopefully, he can continue that success that he got this past weekend on the baseball diamond. I mean, there's nothing like, a multifaceted sports guy that can kind of do it all, and college coaches really like to see, their athletes be able to play multiple sports, and I think that's one thing that's kind of going away for some reason. Kids used to play everything, and now people are trying to specialize. But I think college coaches really like it when they, when kids have experience in a lot of different, sports. And, examples of that are Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tanner Westbrook, Giles Amos, some of those kids that play pretty much everything.
Can only help them, makes them more versatile. So here we go, almost underway. Bledsoe from the wide and the pitch. Outside, ball one. Bledsoe, a right-hander, looks at Marlowe in the left-handed batter's box. 1-0 pitch, high, ball two.
Just not finding that release point, kind of dropping that elbow and letting it go high. He really needs to see if he can't get some leverage and lean into that pitch and get it down.
The 2-0 pitch on the way. Stroked out to second base. Good stop by Tanner. Tanner throws out. Cade Marlowe on the 4-3 putout.
That was a good play right there. Nice, solidly struck hit right there, but great play out there at second base, and Westfield retires the first there in the top of the first.
So Devin Paulk will be the batter. Lanky right-handed hitter with an open stance, steps in. First pitch, swung on and missed, and I think the recoil got Ryan Fitzpatrick in the glove hand there. Hopefully he's okay. That's not what you want to see there. He takes the glove off and flexes a little bit. Dad makes his way out. Hopefully Ryan's all right. Not when you want to see from one of your better players, especially just a second batter into the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, like you said, the recoil got him, and he's just going to have to stretch that out. Probably going to be sore the rest of the night and tomorrow, but hopefully he'll be able to continue play here.
Yeah, I think he got it in the elbow, but Ryan appears to be okay. And he'll come back out now. We're going to let him throw one, I think, just to make sure the elbow's okay. But if I remember right, it was the glove hand, so it wouldn't really affect the throwing.
No, but you got a runner coming home. You want to make sure you can catch it.
True. 0-1 pitch inside, ball one.
Pitcher protecting his catcher there, maybe.
Yeah. So 1 out, 1-1 count on the number 2 batter. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Good pitches so far in this at bat, finding the strike zone, being right around it, and forcing the hitter's hand, making him swing the bat. And that's what you want to do if you're Westfield and Bledsoe. Just make the Panthers put it in play and let your defense work.
That pitch is outside, evens count at 2-2 on Devin Polk. As we're just underway here. Nice to look beyond the left field fence there and see one of our sponsors, David Reagan Ford, got their new dealership up and running. That pitch is in the dirt, I guess.
Good pitch right there. Very tempting, and it's going to force a full count, 3-2. But a good job right there by Bledsoe.
So full count pitch on the way. High, and he walks him. So Polk battles back and earns a walk there. And now Bledsoe will have to go from the stretch as Bo Vickers, the second baseman, will come to the plate. Very well put together right-handed hitter. Low squat. Decent lead over there from Polk. And a changeup. Looks like a curveball of some sort. And swinging and a miss, strike one.
Good pitch right there. And gets into the count early. Looks like there's some questioning by the coach there from Tiftarea.
Maybe he's asking possibly whether he thought it might be a balk of some sort or whatever the move was. But we've already had enough delays in this. I'd rather just get along with it. But you see a new camera angle we're trying out down the first base line down here. So trying to get you different looks from the game. But not exactly sure. I think sometimes the umpire needs to take charge and just say, look, this is the call. We're moving on. Go back to your coach's box and let's move on here.
Need that Jeopardy music right now.
Yeah. Cue up the Jeopardy music, girls. Say. Nah, we're kidding. We're messing with the girls down there who run the music here in the box. Trying to get them to play the Jeopardy music, but whatever was the issue, they've resolved it, and it's an 0-1 count on Bo Vickers. Runner down at first base is Devin Polk. Cade Marlowe grounded out to second to start the game, so 1 on, 1 out, 0-1 count. Top of the first. No score. Pitch slapped into right field. Giles looks like he's got a beat on it, and he does. He makes the catch over there down the right field line for out number 2. So fly out there by Vickers, and the runner has to return. Does Polk, and now Rhett Rycroft will step in. Big first baseman here. Big righty. Steps into the box. Bledsoe chases back Polk over there. So we have 2 outs. Runner on first. Bledsoe from the stretch. And the pitch. Right down the middle, swinging through it was Rhett Rycroft.
Runner over there getting off a pretty good lead. And you might watch a steal here if it gets to 2 strikes. Nothing to lose.
And the 0-1 pitch fouled back. 0-2 now on the cleanup hitting first baseman for the Tiftarea Panthers.
This is an unusual March game, Kenny. Normally you're seeing temperatures in the upper 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
It's about, probably in the 70s, maybe upper 60s right now.
Well, and the crazy thing, and there's one low and in dirt outside, throw down, and safe underneath the tag.
Good job of Ryan actually getting it that close as the ball, as you said, got away from him a little bit after the bad pitch, and he actually made it a very close play down at second.
Yeah, that was a pretty good throw. We know Ryan's got an arm. We've seen him on the football field, and last year here on the diamond, he loves to throw back behind runners. But now a runner in scoring position with a 1-2 count and 2 outs here, top of the first. And he gets hit. And he tried to throw a curveball there, and Rycroft just took it to the back of the calf. Hit by pitch, and now you got runners on first and second.
Yep, first and second with 2 outs. Not what you want if your coach fits, but nonetheless, Westfield's going to have to try to get out of it and see if they can't capitalize on the 2 outs that they have. Giving up a hit batsman is not the way you want to start that at bat.
And that pitch just inside for ball 1 as JT Tanner, the right fielder, steps into the right-handed batter's box. Got a chance to drive in some runs here for the Panthers. Bledsoe gets him to ground, chop to third, and Murphy will just step on the bag over there at third base for out number 3. So that'll do it on the top of the first. No score for Tiftarea. They leave 2 runners on no hits, a walk, a hits batsman, and Westfield coming to the plate here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it.
And welcome back into the Hornets' Nest. Top of the first was no score by Tiftarea, and Westfield will be coming to bat here as they will take on Devin Polk, right-handed pitcher. Leading off will be Austin Burnett. Playing center field, batting second baseman Tanner Westbrook. Batting third, shortstop Cole Brandon. Batting fourth, catcher Ryan Fitzpatrick. Batting fifth, third baseman Aiden Murphy. Batting sixth, right fielder Giles Amos. Batting seventh and pitching, Brian Bledsoe. Batting eighth and playing left field, Ben Murphy. And batting ninth, playing first base, number 28, T. Adams. So it'll be good to see Austin out there. As we know, he's got some speed. He, of course, played on the, I believe it was not the World Championship team, but the Southeast representative team in the Little League World Series with all that talent coming out of the Raw American Little League over there in Warner Robins. So you know he's got a lot of talent. As you're starting to see a lot of those kids moving up into the high school ranks. I don't think it's
in college.
Yeah, and I don't
Blake
think
Jackson plays for Georgia Tech.
Yep.
And Justin Jones plays for Georgia State, I think.
And then Dalton Carricker's down there at Wallace Community College, I believe.
Yeah, and I think he had some injuries, and not sure what his status is. But, yeah, a lot of those kids are moving on up. And as you said, and a big one, Jake Fromm, plays quarterback over at Houston County, and he's probably going to have an offer from anybody he wants to go play football to.
And I think he got an offer from Georgia Tech in baseball already. So, a lot of talent. First pitch on the outside corner, strike one to Austin Burnett. Polk lines up in the stretch, so a lot of young pitchers do that until they feel more comfortable. 0-1 pitch, high and outside, ball one. I would imagine that Coach Fitch would love to get the speed on base, and then you got your perfect number 2 hitter. I don't think it's any surprise that Tanner would be batting number 2. I mean, that's exactly the type of athlete he is, just unselfish. Pitches low in the dirt. But your number 2 hitter is normally the type of guy that will sacrifice his own at bat just to move a runner up, and that is exactly the type of player Tanner is.
Yeah, Tanner's just kind of a glue player, and he kind of keeps everything together, and he does a great job. And as you said, Austin Burnett, he's a tough guy to pitch to because he's a little short in stature, creates a shrunken strike zone, and Polk's having trouble so far finding the strike zone against him.
And he's got a 3-1 count now, does Austin Burnett. And Polk fires. Strike. Look a little high and on the inside corner, but that makes the count full, 3-2.
Yeah, Austin walking across the plate probably helped the umpire call that. And you see that a lot in the pros. If you make that move towards first, they're going to call it.
So full count pitch. And Austin lines one foul down the right side.
A little behind that one. I don't know if he was sitting on a off-speed pitch, but got a piece of it and lined it over to the right field line, but just behind that one a little bit.
So he calls time here as Polk takes a little too long for his liking. Tanner on deck, left-hander. And then in the hole is Cole Brandon, the shortstop. Slow curve. and high for ball 4. So Westfield does indeed get that speedy runner on first base with no outs. And now you got to look at Tanner Westbrook step into the batter's box. It'll be interesting to see how quick Austin might go here on this.
You get a look over there by the pitcher. He's keeping his eye on him, definitely.
A long pause there. He comes set. Austin with good secondary lead. Bounces that one up there, and Austin's got that stolen easy. It was a low pitch in the dirt, but Austin never hesitated, and he gets the stolen base out there. And now Westfield with a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the bottom half of the first with no score.
Yeah, great job right there. Just kind of putting pressure on Pauk with a speedy runner out.
So now runner on second, 1-0 count. Tanner Westbrook. Tanner lays down the bunt, and it's a good one. I don't think anybody's going to get over there to cover. They don't. They throw it down the right field line. And that's going to score Austin Burnett. And now Tanner will step into second there with a bunt hit and an E1 on the throwing error.
Yeah, great job right there by Tanner. And as you said, he forced the issue and made the bad throw happen. And now Westfield's on top, 1-0, and a runner in scoring position.
So that error allows the run to come home, and Westfield leads 1-0 with one of their better hitters up to the plate, Cole Brandon. And he's bunting as well. Late strike call as breaking ball broke over the inside corner of the plate.
And this is what Westfield's probably going to look like this year, just a lot of small ball, and it can be very effective with the speed that they have. They can put a lot of pressure on defenses, kind of like the Cincinnati Reds do a little bit with Hamilton, and
right.
Get him running. And but you got three guys at the top of the lineup that can really move. I mean, Cole can run. He led off last year, I believe, for Westfield. You got Austin Burnett, obviously. He's got great speed. He's a wingback in football. And Tanner Westbrook's kind of a whatever you want him to do. Ask him, and he'll do it. So
0-1 count now on Cole Brandon. And he looks at a strike on the outside corner. They throw back behind Tanner Westbrook. But back is Tanner. So 0-2 now on Cole.
Yeah, you'll take that throwback. That ball probably 4 times out of 10 is going to go in the outfield.
I agree. Honestly, at the high school level, I'm kind of surprised they do that as much. And outside, ball 1. But I see why. Tanner has taken a huge secondary lead. I mean, he's out almost halfway to third.
Yeah, but if you make that throw, it takes so long to get down there. All he's got to do is run a third.
Yeah. I don't know why. I know there's a left-hander up, but I don't know. Might sneak it back in the second baseman behind him or something. And he fakes back to second here. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What's the new rule in the pros? You can't do the third to the first thing anymore? That goofy?
Yeah, you can't. I don't think it's ever worked anyway.
No, but
kind of a dumb play, but yeah, you're not allowed to do that anymore. The pitch is high and outside. Look, he was trying a curveball.
Yeah, a spinner off his hand, and he hung it, but not going to effectively get people to swing at something so wide it never came back.
Yeah.
Never had a chance.
I say there's good misses and bad misses. That was a bad miss there.
Well, yeah, true.
I mean, it could have been worse. If he misses it and hangs it in the zone and Cole slaps out of here, that's a real bad miss. But 2-2 the count. And that one's outside as well. Catcher trying to frame it, but too far for the umpire's liking, and it's full count.
Got to think that Cole's going to get something good to hit here as he has forced the count full, and Pauk doesn't want to put another runner on, and Cole would basically be in scoring position with his speed.
And there's a ground ball down the first base line, but that's going to roll foul. It hit off the lip of the grass there, and it was going back fair, but it was beyond the bag.
And I think, that's what you want to do here if you're Cole. Try to keep it on the right side of the infield and at least get that runner over. Obviously, he wants a big hit here and try to score the run, but you want to advance him if nothing else.
So it remains a full count. Cole with the open stance, the left-hander. And a lot of travel ball during the offseason, and he looks at a strike in the outside corner, strike 3. Got caught looking on that one, and I think he was expecting maybe the curve, and he got the fastball right up the outside corner. That's the first out for Westfield here in the bottom half of the first, and Ryan Fitzpatrick will be the batter.
And it was definitely a close call, and pitcher, I guess, is going to get that outside corner of the plate, so next at bat, you know that, and you file that in the memory.
Yeah, I think Cole knew it. He didn't argue. Breaking ball, Ryan flinches. It almost comes back in the strike zone, but it's a ball high. I've done that many times. I don't know about you. Once you start getting old enough to start playing with kids who could throw a curveball, I've dove out of the way before and had a strike called against me a few times. But this curve gets the outside corner, 1-1.
Looked to be way outside, but as I said, I think the corners are going to be, to kind of speed things along here, going to be accessible for the pitchers.
Yeah, this thing, I think, got underway about 15 to 20 minutes later than the scheduled first pitch of 6:30. And there's one, grounded over to first base. Foot race to the bag, and they get him there, but that's going to advance the runner over to third base. So an unselfish at bat by Ryan Fitzpatrick as he nubs one off the end. But it'll have 2 outs now for Aiden Murphy. So Aiden played a lot of second base last year, but now he's over there at the hot corner playing third base here tonight. Aiden's a good little athlete. He steps in here, swings and misses at the first pitch. And Coach Jones made the crack at the football banquet that, you know, Coach Craig, who just got married, he got married at the same location as the banquet. And he said he could have saved a lot of money if he just combined the banquet with his wedding. He said Aiden Murphy and Josh Jenkins could have been the groomsmen. Right up the middle, and that is going to be picked up by the shortstop, but he throws high and over the fence. So advancing down to second base will be Aiden Murphy on the RBI single. E6, though, on to throw, and Westfield now leads 2-0. Giles Amos will come to the plate.
He's got a duck on the pond out there. Chance with 2 outs. Westfield on top 2-0. And Aiden Murphy sitting out there at second trying to extend the lead is Giles.
And Giles grounds one to third, and they throw him safe. He's safe down the line. Good job by Giles hustling out of the box, and he's safe on the infield single, and he gets Aiden Murphy over to third. So Giles Amos with an infield single, showing those long legs in work.
I think what happened there is the first baseman never came up with it cleanly, and when he finally picked the ball up, Giles had gotten past the bag. He did a good job of knocking it down and keeping it in front of him, but just couldn't hold on to it long enough to force the out at first.
So Giles stands at first, Aiden Murphy down at third, and pitcher Brian Bledsoe in the box. And Giles is going to steal, and he's in there. Giles Amos with a stolen base. That's the second steal for Westfield here in this inning.
Yeah, good job right there by Giles, and as you said, does an excellent job getting down the base path. And now 2 runners in scoring position.
And that one is fouled off at the plate. Going to be 0-2 now on Bledsoe.
And you just want to choke and poke right here if you're Bledsoe. Just try to get something in play and force Tiftarea to make a play defensively.
Yeah, you just want him to, what I like to call, go to Martin Prado mode.
Mm-hmm.
Just slap it where it's pitched. Just slap it out in right field, wherever it may be.
And Chris Johnson was batting .330
he would
2
do the
years
same.
ago. He did the same thing.
Yeah.
Just pop it out there.
Don't need you to be a hero. Just need you to get it, or hit it where they ain't. And he flies one straight up the chute there. And coming down and dropping it is the third baseman, and both runs will score. What hustle there by Giles Amos, not giving up on the play, and he was moving the whole time, and those 2-run score on the E5. Unlucky break down there for the third baseman, Drew Cook.
As you said, a great job of hustling down the line and by Giles Amos, and he does an excellent job, and Bledsoe is going to be substituted run for here, kind of a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Yeah, normally pitchers and catchers get that here in high school and below type baseball, but Westfield's pushed across 4 runs here, and all 4 of them have scored. Wow. Sorry, I just saw where. Oh, almost hit him there inside and advancing down to second. Here's the runner for Westfield. That's number 18. Trying to learn the new numbers of these guys, who's now pinch running. Mason Lee is down there doing the pinch running. I'll tell you about the big-time NFL trade that just happened. LaShawn McCoy to the Bills. And there's a strike for Kiko Alonso.
Give you $20. You tell me where he played college football.
You know what? Oregon.
Yep. Dang.
All right, right here. Where's the 20?
I got 10. I mean, I got 5. I can't believe you knew that.
You're talking to exactly. A well of useless knowledge right here. Ooh, that looked like a good pitch, a little high. So it's 2-1 now on Ben Murphy. That's surprising, man. I guess, when you got Rex Ryan as your head coach, you go for it, I guess. But Chip Kelly, I guess he said, I don't need any star running back on my offense. I can make somebody a star.
Well, they have who's the guy from Darren Sproles?
Yeah,
right?
But he's like 32 or so. I mean,
for Sean McCoy's not.
Well, yeah, but he's like 27, 28. I mean,
Shady McCoy.
When you hit 30 in NFL, you're kind of going down.
Well, he's getting close.
And that pitch, swing off the glove, hustling down the line now is Murphy, and he's going to advance. So the strikeout, but he advances. And now Westfield will have runners at the corners here with 2 out. And T. Adams, that has got to be frustrating. I think, Drew Polk is just like, come on, guys. Help me out a little bit. 3 errors, advancing on a strike 3. He can't catch a break right now.
No, he can't, and Westfield's taking advantage of it. But, it kind of was set up by Westfield setting the tone with Austin Burnett and then Tanner Westbrook. I mean, you just kind of got Tiftarea out of their game and a little tense with all the running that they were doing early in this bottom half of the first inning, and that can kind of unsettle a team if you're not sure who's going to be running next and where they're going to go.
Westfield only has 2 hits in this inning.
He just did the move.
He did the move, but I guess it's allowed in high school to fake to third, throw to first. So T. Adams will come to the plate, and just as every scorebook person loves, they might bat around here in the first inning. That always makes it easy for me. T pulls out just a little bit as he swings and misses there for strike 1.
Yeah, moving that right foot a little bit too far towards first base and kind of pulled that front shoulder out. He's got to stay in and stride toward the pitcher.
So 4-0 Westfield here, bottom of the first, 2 outs, runners on the corners.
Tom and Minsky.
T. Adams looks at the pitch low, evens count at 1 apiece. But, man, I can't get over that trade. That just doesn't make sense.
There's a lot of things in the NFL that happen, and you're like, wow, what were they thinking? And then it pays off. So, obviously, smart people making decisions, but sometimes they don't. Might come back to bite the Eagles, but probably a good thing for Rex Ryan.
Wow. And that one slapped down the third base line. Foul. 1-2. Yeah, it says Bills have notified Kiko Alonso he's going to be traded to Philadelphia for running back LaShawn McCoy.
Shady McCoy.
Man.
Shitty.
That is crazy. Is a linebacker that valuable compared to a running back? I don't know. So here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off the foot of T. Adams there, and he'll stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, Drew Rosenhaus says, I just spoke with the Eagles organization. There is no trade for LaShawn at this time. There have been discussions, but nothing finalized. Go figure. That one's fouled back as well. And it remains 1-2. So T. Adams having a good at bat here, and Drew Polk is been out there for quite a while. I believe this half inning has gone about 20 minutes or so. There's a lot of people hopefully tuning in. I know there's a fly ball to center field, and that will be caught for out number 3, but an inning in which the Westfield Hornets get 4 runs on 2 hits, 2 people left, and 3 errors there in that bottom half of the first. So we'll take a quick break. Be back with Westfield Baseball right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Sorry, we're jamming out here. A little Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson and what's my boy's name? I can't remember his name. My Hawaii brother man.
Hawaii brother man.
Hawaii, come on now. I can't think of his name right now.
Hawaii.
Uptown Funk you up. Bruno Mars. There we go. Thank you. I could not think of that. I'm from Hawaii too. You know, you can't tell by my great tan, but believe it or not, I was actually born there. But Westfield gets 4 runs there in the bottom half of the first inning. They lead 4-0. As coming to bat for the Panthers will be Bo Kennedy, the catcher. And he looks at a pitch wildly outside there from Brian Bledsoe.
Yeah, just getting a little bit away from him. He late release point and ball in the dirt, and Ryan couldn't come up with it.
Well, he was sitting quite a long time there in that half inning as a ground ball out to short. Oh! Cole Brandon just took a ground ball off the face. Took a bad hop, and hopefully Cole is okay. That one popped up right on Cole Brandon. Hopefully he's all right. It took a weird hop right off the lip of where the grass and the dirt meet. Hopefully he's all right. Try to check him out there. But yeah, he took one. He had a beat on it. He was lined up, ready to field, and it just took a wild bounce. I think he just kind of stunned at the moment. Hopefully he's okay. Trying to get a look at him out there.
Sorry, we had a little malfunction with the other camera, but hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, it just the lip there from the grass to the dirt kind of got him. The ball rode up. The Tiftarea coach out there with him as well as his teammates and Coach Fitzpatrick. Yeah, it was almost like a little skee ball action, if you will. It kind of moved up and got up underneath him there. Hopefully Cole's all right.
Yeah, you never want to see that happen. Brittany's making her way out.
I think it got him in the nose. Yeah, he might be. Sorry about the bad camera work, folks. Is he bleeding there?
Yeah, maybe a little.
Speaking from a guy like Brett who broke his nose a few times over.
From the same way.
So he'll check out of the game
Probably just make sure that he
Cole.
can still breathe through his nose.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're up 4-0. Not to say that Tiftarea can't come back, but
so we'll see
if
who
he's
goes
injured, you gotta make sure you take care of him. He's one of your better players, and a youngster's got a lot of potential. So you don't want to jeopardize. Even though a broken nose is not, in the grand scheme of things, it hurts, and it probably cosmetically is not for a 16-year-old kid
Right.
in high school. Probably not the thing that you want, but you know.
So checking in the ball game will be number 20. Owen Jones will be filling in for Cole.
I don't know if you remember. No, I didn't break it senior year when we had weightlifting together. I broke it whenever I was a sophomore. For the second time, I took a bat to the face.
So see, if you always wondered why Brett was so ugly, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his parents' fault. Genetically, it was altered by the
Tommy Seward from Tift County. He was our coach.
Yeah.
The Tommy Gun.
Hey, speaking of that, did you see who the new head coach of Tift County is going to be?
Ashley Anders.
Yeah. Sorry, that goes back a little bit. We used to tailgate with him at Georgia Southern when he was an assistant. Foul ball into the mitt, though. And that'll be strike one. So I guess you call that a single for Bo Kennedy. Kind of a hard luck single there, but you can't play the field conditions. That ball's outside, 1-1. To Hayden Weeks, the center fielder. But hopefully Cole's all right, and we'll be able to come back out.
It's tough, but I think he'll be okay. It's going to swell up a lot if it hit him in the nose, but.
And there's a stolen base attempt. That ball fly to center. Austin's underneath it, and he makes the catch for out number 1, and the runner returns back to first base.
But from what I remember, as long as he doesn't have what they call a deviated septum, which is to the left or the right, if it's just cracked, they're just going to set it, and hopefully it doesn't move. I mean, you don't even really have to set it, I don't think, because all it's going to do is just grow back. You just don't want it to shift.
Right.
But it's just going to look like you got punched in the face.
That's all right. Ladies love a man who looks like he's, rough and tough.
Absolutely.
And that pitch was high and outside to Drew Cook, third baseman. Westfield leads 4-0 here, 1 out, top of the second inning. There's a pitch over the inside corner, strike 1. A little mix up on the signals. Here's Ryan Fitzpatrick. Will go out to the mound and talk to Brian Bledsoe. But this is the beginning of a fun time if you're a sports fan. The month of February is one of the worst months if you're a sports fan. But March is always fun. Basketball, baseball starting back, all the good stuff. And then you close out March, you get ready for the Masters, and then the real baseball starts, and it's all fun from here on out.
Georgia Southern sweeping the University of Georgia over the weekend in baseball.
Yeah, buddy. And that pitch is outside, 3-1. The count to Drew Cook.
All three, I think, were one-run games, and Georgia, the Bulldogs, came in as the number 18 team in the country. They took 2 of 3 down in Tallahassee, I think, from Florida State, so that's why they were so highly ranked. So Georgia Southern, pretty good showing.
And there's a steal, a tip. Oh! And Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, okay. So that's what happened. That is one of the weirdest plays you'll ever see. The runner's got to return back to first base. The strikeout was good on Drew Cook, but the problem was it caused Ryan to have to make an errant throw, and he hit his own pitcher, Brian Bledsoe, right in the ankle. How odd was that?
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow if you're the pitcher. You just struck out a batter, and you're like, hey, catcher, what's up, man? Why are you throwing at my leg?
Yeah. But I didn't even notice, really. But, yeah, Ryan, I guess, was interfered. The umpire made the immediate call to tell him, to say that, the runner needs to return back to first on the catcher's interference. Right, the strikeout on the And then a catcher's interference returns the runner from second.
Batter's interference.
Yeah, batter's interference. Sorry, not catcher's. You're right.
Sorry.
But you know what? In all honesty, as a former catcher, I was always told that as long as they're not making a motion, I didn't really see him fall across the plate or anything. But anyways, whatever it may be,
his bat might have been in the way.
Could have been. I was always told as a catcher when I played situations like that, I mean, you throw it in their ear hole. I mean, I know that's bad, but they say, you know, you make him.
It's better than hitting your own pitcher.
Exactly. That ball's fouled back.
And glad we didn't park there. We need some sound effects when that goes back there.
Yeah. Grant, I almost called him Grant Hill. Grant Hall, left fielder, steps in, the number 9 batter. 0-1 count on him. The pitch is low. Evens count at 1 apiece. Down at first base, Bo Kennedy led off the inning with a grounder that took a bad hop and caught Cole Brandon in the nose, and he's out of the game. That pitch just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Wonder what new shortstop's thinking over there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Owen Jones.
Of course, that ball was hit very sharp, and as you said, caught the lip. Nice strike right there. Good pitch, swinging through it. And Bledsoe he's been kind of consistently inconsistent and then making some good pitches to get out of trouble. So doing a good job of making people put the ball in play. And that's always a good sign.
And now here's a steal attempt there, and they let it roll right on through to center field. And Brian Bledsoe watched that one just barely clear the mound and kind of gave a look back like, come on, man, don't do it again. Full count after the stolen base there from Bo Kennedy.
I think Ryan just needs to settle down. He's rushing the throws a little bit. He's got plenty of arm.
Right. Just pop up from the ear, fire down. And there's ball 4. Runners coming down to third. Ryan's got a shot, and that's a good call. That's a good call. I didn't think so at first, but that was actually a good call.
He got in under it?
He did, just underneath it. He tagged him on the shin. Very close play. Good play all around by Aiden Murphy and Ryan Fitzpatrick, but he got in just underneath. So now runners at the corner. Back to the top of the lineup, Cade Marlowe, who grounded out to second base to lead off the game. A little different view for you there. First pitch, high and away, ball 1. 4-0 is your score. Westfield on top here in the top of the second inning. 2 outs, 1-0 count on the leadoff batter, Cade Marlowe. Bledsoe has only allowed the 1 hit thus far, and I don't think it would have been had it not had the bad hop. Outside, ball 2. Westfield scored all 4 runs. They were all unearned on 3 Tiftarea errors. And ball 3.
He's getting a lot of movement on the ball. He just doesn't seem to be able to control it and find, that release point right now.
Yeah, you kind of, like you said, he goes in waves, good and bad. Once he's on a roll, he's on a good roll, and unfortunately, once he's on not a bad roll per se, I mean, he hasn't allowed a run, but he kind of can get a little wild.
Well, he's got somewhere to put him, but
now he doesn't have anywhere to put the next batter as he walks Marlowe there. So back-to-back walks will load the bases, and Coach Fitzpatrick will make his way out to the mound. See if he pulls him, or is he just going to speak to him?
No, I don't think he's going to pull him. I think he's going to let everybody know the situation with runners on all the bags. See if he can't.
Yeah, just let him hit
figure out, what buttons to push with the pitchers. Pitchers are kind of like kickers in football. They can sometimes get a little mental on you. Not to say that anything negative, but it's just it's a very mentally taxing position.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Your mind's always working when you're pitching. Not only about the current pitch, but the next pitch. How am I going to set him up? What am I going to do? But right here, I think you just got to make it as simple as possible. Just throw it over the plate. You can get it out on any base. So Polk steps up here with the bases loaded. Bledsoe throws that one in the dirt. Good stop, though, by Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Absolutely using his legs to block that. And as you said, Bledsoe, I think, needs to go off speed here, just over the plate somewhere, and try to get the batter out of rhythm.
He goes from the windup swing, foul tipped into the glove.
It's a good pitch right there.
1-1 the count.
I still think maybe off speed might suit him very well. You know, it keeps the batter, his timing a little bit off.
Ooh, Polk takes that one just inside. He kind of dives in from the right-hand side whenever he swings. So that one almost got him in the shoulder, but at the same time was almost a strike. Bledsoe from the wide in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Here it is.
2-2.
Double deuces and
yep, deuces all around. Top of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Westfield up by 4, and the pitch. Fouled right to Brett, and he jumped like a little girl. No offense to all the girls up here.
Oh, I did. That was coming right at me.
And I think they're probably laughing at you out there.
Hey, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm a weenie.
Oh, head high. Ball 3, full count for Devin Polk. Runners will be on the move. So Cole appears to be okay.
Just in the cheek, I think.
Could be worse. Strike 3. Got him swinging, and he leaves him loaded. And no score for the Tiftarea Panthers. We'll take a quick break and be back with you. Listen to Westfield Baseball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. And welcome back to the Hornets' Nest here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Westfield leads 4-0 after an inning and a half, and they'll come to bat here. Back to the top of the lineup, Austin Burnett will lead off with Tanner Westbrook and Owen Jones, who checked into the game to relieve Cole Brandon, who took a ground ball chopper to the face. And from what we understand, talking to the Westfield trainer Brittany up here, it was to the cheek area, so it was not to the nose, and I think he's going to be just fine. I'm sure you'll have a nice little bruise to show, but definitely could have been worse.
Absolutely. That's scary, obviously, and anytime it's in the face, it's kind of one of those things that everybody holds their breath, but hopefully he's okay and can return next game.
Little update going on down in Statesboro. Georgia Southern playing Mercer in baseball down there in Statesboro. Mercer leads 4-0 over Georgia Southern down there, so
kind of to be expected, though. I mean, Georgia Southern has expended a lot of energy in their over the weekend matchup, and that's just my opinion. I mean,
yeah, Mercer's a good team, though.
They're good, but they've been housed by a couple of teams that aren't very good. So I would suspect Westfield, Georgia Southern probably get back in that game.
I think it's in the 5th inning or so, I believe, last time I saw. Good basketball on tonight, too. The Hawks at home against the
Raptors.
No, against the Rockets.
Rockets, that's what I meant. Rockets.
Strike 1 there to Austin Burnett, yeah. But Hawks, man, they keep lucking out. Now, Dwight Howard's not playing with a bad knee, and Harden's not playing either because he kicked LeBron in the groin. So
can't kick the king and get away with it.
And Austin, yes, he did. He tried to fake the bunt and pull it back, but he committed. So 0-2 on Austin Burnett. Austin scored the first run of the game after walking the leadoff.
Hard to pull the bunt back when you cross the plate.
Right.
With the bat.
Yeah, it's like trying to, if you're a lefty, do a drag bunt and say you didn't go. I mean, you pretty much are halfway down the first base line. 1-2 the count. Polk still in the game. He throws strike 3. Got him looking on the outside corner. Looked a little wide, but that's out number 1 for Westfield, and Tanner Westbrook will come to the plate. He had a bunt single in the first inning, and he got down to second on a wild throw from the pitcher, which allowed Austin Burnett to score the first run in the game. So Tanner looks at the pitch outside, ball 1.
Yeah, not so sure about that call, but he's been given the outside corner, and so you just got to roll with it.
And couldn't snap off that curveball. Leaves it high and away. 2-0 the count on Tanner Westbrook. Westfield leading 4-0 on 3 first inning errors. All the runs were unearned for Polk. He slaps one to the right side. Getting over there to cover it is the second baseman, and outrunning the position that time was Tanner Westbrook, who gets another infield hit, and he'll be to the lot, or bring Cole Brandon back in. So Cole will come back in the game. So that is great news for Westfield to see him back out there.
Absolutely, and I tell you what a good job of hustle by Tanner. 2 hits tonight, and just an excellent job trying to be that spark plug for Westfield.
So an infield single there by Westbrook. And they throw back, try the pickoff move, and diving back safely is Tanner Westbrook. Cole Brandon re-enters the game. Now, so excellent news for Westfield to see him back out there. And he looks at a pitch low and in the dirt, ball 1. Everything all right with the camera?
Yeah, it just got moved a little bit. I'm sure somebody hit it.
Well, we're all good. There you get a different look of Cole there. Long pause, and the pitch slapped into left center field. Nice clean base hit that time by Cole Brandon. And now Westfield, with runners at first and second and 1 out, has something going here for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, very nice hit. And 2 runners on now for Fitzpatrick. Cole, what I like about him is he keeps those hands back. He's able to go to the opposite field as well as pull the ball. So just a good job of fundamental hitting right there by Cole Brandon.
As we said, Cole's been traveling around. There he goes. Double steal, and he's in safely at third. Will he try to come home? No, as the ball went off the third baseman's glove, but not far enough. So Westfield gets the double steal there. And we forget that we got 2 cameras. I'm sitting here trying to work this thing. So, sorry, Brett.
Nah, that's cool.
So anything down the third baseline is you. Anything down the first baseline is me?
Yep, pretty much.
Got it. That was a ball on the pitch. And ball 2 there as well outside. So Westfield 2 runners in scoring position now for their cleanup hitting catcher, Ryan Fitzpatrick, who grounded out to first unassisted in the first inning.
All he's got to do, hey, if he goes to first base here, it's going to be a play at the plate.
Ooh, that one looked a little outside, but they give him the corner. 1-2 the count.
Can't reiterate it enough. This official really likes those corners. He's going to give it to the pitcher, thinking an effort to try to move things along. But nonetheless, Ryan's got to be aware of that and try to poke that in play. Of course, he does only have 1 strike, so he has a couple to play with.
Ooh, and Ryan waves at that one. That was only strike 2, though. He wasn't sure of the count at the time, but it is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the second, Westfield leading 4-0. They have Cole Brandon down at second, Tanner Westbrook down at third base, and Ryan Fitzpatrick in the box. And he slaps one to the right side and threw a CNI single into right field. That's going to score 1. And here comes the second play at the plate, and he is safe. That ball gets behind the catcher. And advancing down to second is Ryan Fitzpatrick. So Ryan gets a 2 RBI single and advances down to second on the throw to the plate.
Yeah, good job right there by Ryan. As you said, just slapping it through the hole and moving the runners along. And now it's 6-0. Westfield's on top and trying to build on that lead. And Aiden Murphy coming to the plate.
And Aiden singled and scored his first time up. And he advanced to second on a wild throw. Six to nothing your score. And that one fouled back right at me off the screen.
I didn't even flinch that time.
And it's like you got to get in baseball mode, you know, you got to get used to it flying at you. Tell you one thing, I know it's across the spectrum, but there is no lag between sports in high school. And that one is slap foul out to the right side, 0-2 on Aiden Murphy. But, I mean, think about football. That ended on a Saturday, and I believe there was a basketball game that Tuesday. Basketball ended, what, last Friday?
Thursday for the boys.
Thursday, and they were playing yesterday. And, you know, so no lag.
No rest for the weary.
Yeah. But, hey, when you're 14, 15, 16, 17, whatever you are, you can do that. My fat self, I don't think I could do that anymore. 31, I can.
Oh, I know you couldn't do that.
Sheesh. I like trimmed bushes yesterday, and I'm sore. And there's that one looked like a good pitch right there.
Hey, you shrink that strike zone.
Yeah. That's the old, who used to do that all the time? It drove me nuts. They think if they bend their knees and squat down that it looks like a ball. I can't remember who that was. It used to drive me bananas. 2-2. That was high. Full count now on Aiden Murphy. Down at second base, Cole Brandon. Actually, they got a pinch runner out there, I believe, for Cole. Or, I'm sorry, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick, the pinch runner for Ryan. So 2-2. High. That was full count, so ball 4. Now runners on first and second with 1 out. Aiden's height definitely earned him that walk. Giles Amos up to bat. 6-0 your score. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Giles rocking the yellow undershirt there. Kind of got an Oregon-esque look to himself.
The Oregon feel.
And you got to love it. They're not the only ones that do it, but I love the eye black at night. Nothing better. And we're going to have a pitching change, it appears. So why don't we take a quick break and come back with more action. Westfield leads 6-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the second here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back into the Hornet's Nest. So I scared Kenny there a little bit.
Trying to get all the specifics here. We got a new pitcher in as the third baseman is moving over to pitch, and that is going to be number 15, Drew Cook. I think Polk is going to move over to third base, as Polk kind of bad luck. He didn't really pitch all that bad. He allows 6 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. So that's not really his fault. He only allowed 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 6 hits in 1 1/3 innings. But he is responsible for the runners out on first and second base. Okay, so Polk moved out to shortstop, and the shortstop then shifted over to third. A lot of moving parts here, as generally happens in a.
But to set the stage, Westfield has runners on first and second, 1 out, and Giles Amos is up to bat with a chance to extend this lead, as he did, I believe, the last time he was up.
Yes, he actually had a single that scored Aiden Murphy on a wild throw. So Giles fouls one off, back to the right side. One of the best athletes around, Giles Amos. And no knock on me saying this, but baseball, of the 3 sports he played, is probably his weakest sport, and he's still not a bad baseball player. He slaps one out to shortstop, and that's going to get through. That's going to score a 1, and they bobble it out there, and it will score that 1 run. So Giles Amos with a single and an RBI, and Westfield leads 7-0.
Again, two-hit game for Giles. A good job right there by Giles Amos, just putting the ball in play and hitting it where they aren't, and scores a run right there for Westfield. And now your score is 8-0.
Yeah, you had the runner kind of backing him up back there. Swing and a miss.
I missed a run somewhere.
I think it's 7.
Is it 7?
It is 7.
I thought I missed a run somewhere, but I was right.
Well, I might have given false advertising down there. I kept thinking they were second and third, and I was like, well, it was going to score 1, and I thought the second one was coming, but my fault. And that pitch is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bledsoe. He reached on that pop-up E5 third base error. Westfield now trailing 77-8. Just kidding. That one slapped through the left side between short and third. That'll advance the runners. Good single that time by Brian Bledsoe. And Westfield has the bases loaded with Ben Murphy coming to the plate.
Just a great job of hitting by Westfield. Situational hitting, putting it in the right spot, and the fielders are shifted because of where the runners are on the bases and just hitting it where they're not, really. I mean, just a good job of, as I said, situational hitting and putting the ball in play where the defenders are not.
And that pitch is fouled off back our way for strike 1. Murphy struck out swinging back in the first inning. Left a runner stranded at third base. But I take that back. He struck out swinging, but he advanced down to first. That was one of those weird deals. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. And good thing it's warmer weather, because that was right off the grip of the handle.
Right off the noggin.
Right in the kisser. So 0-2 the count.
In the face. In the face.
0-2 the count on the Westfield left fielder. Pitch smacked into center field coming in. Now have to go back is the center fielder, and the runners are going to tag. And scoring from third base is Aiden Murphy. So a sac fly for Ben Murphy scores the Westfield 8th run of the ball game, and moving over to third base was Giles Amos. Staying put at first is Bledsoe.
So 8-0 in the bottom of the second, and T. Adams has an opportunity again to try to score another run.
And he flew out to center field his first time up. Swings and misses there on the pitch from Drew Cook. And that closed the book.
The runner moves up from first right there.
Oh, he does. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm too busy writing. And T. Adams swings and misses. Strike 2. Westfield again getting 9 batters to the plate here this inning and a chance to add on more. 2 runners in scoring position and an 0-2 count on T. Adams. Takes that one low in the dirt, ball 1.
Good job right there by the catcher. Getting his legs on the ground, stopping that one, because I think Giles could have had a chance to score there.
And that one is slapped down the third base line. And it's going to roll down the way, and coming in to score will be Giles Amos. And a second run will score as well. It's 10-0 Westfield on the 2 RBI double by T. Adams.
Just a great piece of hitting, slapping the ball out there as we talked about. He Martin Prado'd it, and I tell you what, T. Adams, excellent job of hitting with 2 strikes in the count.
So Westfield pushes across 6 runners here, and they're back to the top of the order. They batted around. Austin led this inning off, striking out looking, and there he goes, slaps one into center field, right up the gut. And here comes the runner from second, and now they got Austin Burnett hung up. The run will score, but Austin is out. But that'll do it. On the second inning, Westfield pushes across 7 runs, and they now lead 11-0 as we go to the top of the third. You're listening to Westfield Baseball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. And welcome back to the Hornets Nest. Your score 11-0, Westfield on top. They pushed across 4 in the first, 7 in the second, and here they stand 11-0. So a good inning there for Westfield. They chased pitcher Devin Polk an inning and a third, and he allowed 7 runs, or 8 runs, 4 of which were earned, and he struck out 1, 2, 3 batters and had 1 walk. So not terrible for him, but you know, it was
a little unlucky and a little timely hitting from Westfield.
Yeah, Westfield really started swinging the bats well in the second inning, and now up to bat will be number 11, Bo Vickers, leading off. He flied out to Giles Amos out in right field back in the first inning. Swings and misses.
So did Austin Burnett screw up your scorebook by coming around?
I can make do with it. But he's thrown out at second. And another swing and a miss.
He likes that outside corner. $11-0 your score.
And swing and a miss. So he got him on 3 straight. Vickers was definitely not going to not take his shot, I guess would be the best way to say it. Came up there hacking.
He likes it low and outside because he swung at 2 balls and probably a third one on the last strike.
I like Bledsoe, though. He's moving quick. High, ball 1 to Raycroft. Rycroft, excuse me. I'm sure he's going to.
And it goes like. Oh, sorry.
He's going to have a nice goose egg on his ankle, I'm sure, when he's done with this game tonight from his teammate.
Ooh, good pitch right there.
Snap that one off. Inside corner, 1-1.
He's got a little groove going here. I think this is the kind of mood you want your pitcher to get in, working fast and feeling confident.
That one's fouled back over our heads. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Westfield leads 11-0 here.
And hopefully for him, for Bledsoe, it was just maybe some early inning nervousness, and he's rocking and firing right now.
And got him swinging. Second straight strikeout. And he just dialed up the fastball right there. Nothing fancy, just threw it and said, see what you can do with it.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's just finding his slot, and he's firing. He's got it going.
Nothing better than having an 11-run lead and you just getting up there, and I'm sure Coach Fitz told him that. Don't walk, guys. Throw strikes. Let's move.
Tried to go back to that breaking ball. I don't think it snapped on him.
JT Tanner up to the plate. He's the right fielder. He grounded out unassisted to third base in the first inning.
Woo.
Takes that one low, so 2-0 now. As 4 strikeouts in the game for Brian Bledsoe, and that one is stroked. Holy cow. Way out of here. Home run.
That came out of nowhere.
Man. I mean, that was an inside pitch, and that was stroked over the truck out there in left field. Whoever's beyond the left field fence, they heave it back on there almost into the David Reagan parking lot. But
well,
wow.
If you got to give one up, you want to give it up.
Yeah.
11-0.
Hats off to JT Tanner there. He timed that inside fastball and just unloaded on that one. I don't think there was any doubt when that left the bat.
That was a pop. But nonetheless, it doesn't really hurt you. You're up 11-1.
Yep.
Hey, well, you'll give up a run, come back with the same confidence, keep pitching, and keep it going. So you struck out 2 and you gave up a home run. I mean, it's just it
is what it is.
Nature of the beast.
Yep. And now, what are we doing here? That's not the best timing there by the
umpire.
coach.
Shouldn't have let that happen.
Yeah, the coach comes out to make a substitution, but Bledsoe was halfway through his windup. So let's see who's number 18 will step in to bat for Bo Kennedy.
Only thing I can think of is maybe the official saw him at his periphery and said maybe he's in a bad position, walking down the line. Let me call timeout.
So Chase Hammond, he'll come on to bat here.
Number 18.
Bo Kennedy. Hammond, a short little guy, steps in. Looks at that one outside.
As I said, the only reasoning I can come up with is maybe he felt the coach was not in a safe place, so he called timeout. But
that is true, yeah. Coach is kind of rolling the dice there. If they turn a foul ball line drive, he's going to eat it. He wouldn't do that with Gary Sheffield or Ron Gann up there, I'm sure. Ball in the dirt. 2-1 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Westfield leads 11-1. Solo home run by JT Tanner.
He's brave after you just saw one poked over the left field fence.
That one in the dirt outside, so 3-1. Well, we didn't jinx old Ryan Bledsoe. He's cruising along.
Well, those things happen. You just got to bounce back.
And he gets that one fouled back our way. Full count on Hammond. For Westfield in the bottom of the third, Tanner Westbrook, Cole Brandon, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 2-3-4 hitters. And strike 3, strikes out the side, got him looking, and that'll do it. So 1 run on 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third. Your score, Westfield leads 11-1. Listen to Westfield Baseball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. here to the bottom of the third inning where Westfield leads 11-1. A good half inning there of pitching by Brian Bledsoe. He did give up the solo home run, but he struck out the side. 2 swinging, 1 looking. He has 5 strikeouts in the game thus far. And leading off for Westfield here to start this third inning will be Tanner Westbrook, followed by Cole Brandon and Ryan Fitzpatrick. As we're almost set to start, as we mentioned, a substitution in at catcher, and that is Chase Hammond. He struck out looking to end the top half of the third, and he'll now check in at the catcher position. Former catcher myself, I used to love catching. Now my knees are letting me know pretty much. They didn't have the knee savers when I was catching. I'm sure that would have been.
They did, but they were probably too expensive for any of us to buy.
Yeah, now I think they're pretty common.
Yeah.
With every
You
catcher.
can basically just
leg
sit.
guards. Yeah, pretty good deal. So Tanner leads off. He is 2 for 2, 2 infield singles, 1 a bunt single and 1 he just straight out beat the shortstop on the throw, and he looks at a strike there on the outside corner. Almost at the 8 o'clock hour here from the Westfield School. Makes for a long day to these weeknight games. I was at work this morning at 7:05, and there's one grounded back to the mound. Fielding it and throwing on is Cook for out number 1.
Yeah, that got away from Tanner a little bit. I think he saw that, his eyes lit up because he saw the spinner coming out and just couldn't make good enough contact on it.
Yeah, Cook, he doesn't have the speed as the starting pitcher Paulk did, but he has pretty good control. But Cole, the last time up, roped one in the left center for a single. And almost gets hit there, so he's already had a rough night. Took a grounder to the face. And he now is 1 of 2, struck out looking and had that single in the first.
17. Sorry, I like that Eric Church song.
And takes another one inside. 2-0 on Cole Brandon. Trying to figure out here all the RBIs. See 2, 4, 5. I'm missing 2. And the 2-0 pitch. Outside. Tried to bring that curveball back over, but it is outside. Ball 3-0. You green light him here with 1 out in the bottom of the third and a 10-run lead?
Nah.
Let him take it.
Let him take it, see if he can't get those extra 5 runs.
And he didn't have to worry about it. Inside, ball 4.
Yeah, you're not going to hit that ball anywhere.
So Westfield has a runner at first for Ryan Fitzpatrick, who singled home 2 runs back in the second inning. He's 1 for 2 here tonight.
And we talked about this during basketball season, the beginning of it, but as you said earlier, these guys kind of got to slow down now. Some of these guys that played basketball and get back into a baseball mentality. So it's going to take a few games, I think, for that to happen as the runner gets back.
Yeah, diving back there is Cole Brandon. Score remains 11-1 here, and we will be back with you, I believe, next Monday.
Yeah, I will.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I am a T-ball coach, which apparently in this town means you have to volunteer your life away. Did not know that. Throwing back over to first is Cole Brennan. He's back safely. So back safely. They're really worried about Cole trying to steal here. The pitcher not having as much speed on his pitches. It's going to make it tough on the catcher. That pitch is low. Ball 1. So that was just the first pitch of the at-bat. Trying to give you enough angles here, wide shots to pick up as much of the field as we can. We'd love to do a center field camera shot for you, but no power. And plus, I don't feel like climbing a tree. And that one's fouled back, 1-1. Maybe Mr. Brandon will let us use the deer stand out in right center. And we could somehow get Interstate Batteries right over there to run us a battery charger to plug in. Any volunteers? Anybody? Anybody?
I think we need a camera on the left side over there.
Yeah, get those guys down there in the truck beyond the left field fence. 1-1 the count, and there goes Cole. That one is smoked to left field. And the catch is made just shy of the wall. I thought Ryan might have got that one.
He popped that.
Ball's just short, little underneath it, I believe. A little too much up the chute. So 2 outs as the runner returns back to first base. Cole was running on that pitch as well, so hit and run action. So 2 outs now, and Aiden Murphy to the plate. Singled and scored in the first, walked and scored in the second inning. A throw back behind Cole. He's back safely. Westfield's 4 in the first, 7 in the second. None here in this third inning, and there goes Cole. That pitch is fouled away. 0-1. So Coach Fitzpatrick working on a lot of different scenarios as they have a 10-run lead, and they can kind of do that. Hit and run is probably one of the toughest, especially for the batter. I mean, you can't leave your runner out to dry, but although Cole has got enough speed where he can handle his own. But he is giving Cook fits as he steps off here. We'll be back Monday, and then I believe they got another game
Tuesday
that we both will be here for, and then I want to say they'll be back the following Monday and a Friday, Saturday
of that week, the 14th. They play Montgomery Bell.
That's right. We're going to try to bring that one to you as well, and then
so check for the changes on the site because they will change up.
Right.
Due to schedule constraints.
Trying to do as much as we can, but this is our part-time gig, and got business trips on the other end we got to take sometimes, but we'll do the best we can to bring you as much action as we can. Also, there'll be a new Kofer coming here April 5th or sometime between then and now, and a new Taylor coming not long after.
July.
So got a lot going on, but we'll do the best we can to bring you whatever we can.
When we can. If we can. Sometimes
can. So check the Twitter, check all the stuff we can on our website. And we'll, by the way, 10,000 hits on the site, a little over 18 months. Not too shabby. Oh, close one. Didn't even attempt the tag, though.
Yeah, I was happy about that. Saw that last night. It was at like 10,008.
Pretty cool. So over 10,000 people have logged on to Mid-GA Sports. And there goes Cole, and there's a chopper over to third base. Picked up, throws, and they got him by a step. Good play over there by the third baseman. And that'll do it on the third inning. So your score after 3 innings of play, it's the Westfield Hornets 11 and the Tiftarea Panthers 1. We'll be right back after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back into the Hornets Nest. I'm Brett Taylor alongside me, Kenny Kofor. Westfield leads 11-1 here. Top of the fourth inning, and it looks like Aiden Murphy's coming in to pitch.
So the first time we get to see Aiden from the mound. I don't believe we saw him last year.
Maybe a couple times, but yeah, not much.
We got John Walker Moore.
He looks to be a strike pitcher. He's got very good control. So,
and then we got, like I said, John Walker Moore over there at first base. He is unmistakable. I didn't have the roster in front of me, but I looked over and I said, I know who that is.
Yep.
He cannot miss him. So Aiden will slide into the pitching. And over at third, it looks like it was just a simple swap.
It's just got to get you excited about football season next year, seeing that big old joker out at first base.
Yeah. He's a trip now, too.
Oh, he's funny.
He is wearing Mr. Carroll out during the basketball season. He was making him worth it. Yeah, he was constantly, as part of that student section, giving the other team fits.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it.
He had some other people egging him on, I believe.
Yes. I believe Austin Doyle was right there with him. So Aiden Murphy in the pitch. Must have been just outside, ball one. To Hayden Weeks, the center fielder who flew out to center field back in the second inning. Swings and misses there, strike one.
And again, I think Aiden's just going to be that guy who give you consistent pitching in the strike zone, force the opposing team to put the ball in play, and then let your defense work behind him. And that's what you want in high school baseball. Don't give up any gopher pitches, but force the ball in play and make a play defensively.
Yeah, it could be this year's Garrick Broxton. He's kind of a steady guy. They slap one in his short center field by getting out there to make the catch. Is Cole Brandon from his shortstop position. So that is out number one for the Tiftarea Panthers.
And Westfield can't throw it around the horn.
So now at the bat, Drew Cook. Drew struck out swinging back in the second.
Not a lot of balls going to get in between those two guys in the middle.
No, there's a lot of coverage between Tanner Westbrook and Cole Brandon for sure. Now Aiden, the wine, pitch inside, ball one. Aiden, we got to know a little bit as well during football season. He helped us out in Coach Craig's class doing some video stuff. That pitch is outside, ball two. And actually, speaking of Coach Craig, he will be here this Monday to come make his debut on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Strike one, 1-2 the count. So I want to thank Coach Thomas Craig for filling in for me. He'll be filling in periodically throughout the season, as well as Adam Randall as well.
Possibly Tim will be joining us at times. The problem is Kenny's coaching, Tim's coaching here in Perry at Okalachi. I think he's got his son Cole over there, and so got two guys coaching, and it's just going to be one of those times we gotta make do with what we got.
Yep, roll with it. And there's a ground ball out to second base. Tanner comes up with it, throws on to first. Good dig by the big man, John Walker Moore. And that is out number two. So Murphy stifling him here in his relief appearance. And that was a ground out, 4-3. And now Grant Hall will come to the plate. Grant walked and got stranded down at second base.
J.W. Moore showing some nimbleness down there.
J-Dubs.
Excuse me.
And there's a ground ball foul over towards the Tiftarea dugout.
Moore, right?
John Walker Moore.
Yeah.
J-Dubs. Sure, that's what they call him. Got to.
J-Dubs Mo. That's what I call him. J-Dubs Mo.
We want some Mo.
Ooh.
Left the curveball up just a bit. He was the count, one apiece, 1-1. 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth inning. 11-1, Westfield leads. Aiden Murphy in the game pitching. There's a ground ball to third base. Bledsoe's got it. Throws on to first in time for out number 3. So that'll do it on the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom half, and Westfield leads by 10. You listen to Westfield Baseball on Middle Georgia Sports Network. And welcome back as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Westfield leads 11-1. And it's been a dominating performance so far for Westfield. They got 4 in the first, 7 in the second inning. They were held scoreless there in the third. Now here in the top half, or bottom half of the fourth, it'll be Giles Amos, Brian Bledsoe, and Ben Murphy for the Hornets. And Brian Bledsoe pitched 3 strong innings for Westfield.
I got something to say.
Do it.
When I sing, I don't understand why I don't have a record deal. Just saying.
I think I do.
Are you trying to say I can't sing?
Oh, man. 5 strikeouts for Brian Bledsoe. How many walks did he have here?
Girl, I got it.
3 walks.
I don't even know the words of the song.
Yeah, I know. You're like, boom, 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 boom. So Drew Cook pitches. It's slapped into right field by Giles. The right fielder's all turned about, and it's going to fall to the right of him. And Giles is going to sprint into second base with a stand-up double. It's a double in the scorebook.
He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, he is. And he's got an RBI. He got 2 singles, stolen base, and an RBI, and 2 runs scored.
Not a bad night.
Not a bad night at all.
That one right there was probably a gift, but the other ones he smoked.
Yeah. Yeah, the right fielder never had a beat on that one. He was all turned about. So now runner in scoring position for Brian Bledsoe. Reached on an error in the first and singled home a run and scored in the third. That was a weird delivery. It's almost like he released it a good 2 seconds after his foot hit the ground. Pitch was outside, though. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Oh, and it got him. Nicked his shoulder there, so hit by pitch. Thought I heard a little piece of the uniform. Got him on the shoulder, but those, if you're going to get hit, that's the best type of hit by pitch you can have. Just nicked my sleeve. Thank you very much.
I always found that I didn't like getting hit by curveballs.
Yeah.
It's like they
hit you, screw into you.
It's like they hit you right in the fat or something because you turn thinking they're, you know what I mean?
Well, now.
And you turn your back to them.
Now, if we played, I think it would just disappear. Where did the ball go?
On you. I'm in top physical shape.
I think the ball disappeared in his love handle.
I'm a specimen of unphysical fitness, even though that's not a word.
Oh,
Did you know I heard on the radio this morning that Oxford just included the word unbox in the dictionary? I never knew that it wasn't a word.
Unbox?
Yeah, like unboxing something.
Yeah, you can put like in front of everything. Connor Doles comes in to the game to relieve Ben Murphy.
Hey, same number as basketball.
Yeah, let's see if he has the student support like he did in basketball. He was quite the personality in basketball. And football, he's a pretty good player too. I think he's got a big future. Strike 2 over the outside corner on Connor Doles.
Strapping young man.
He got in a lot late in the game and made the most of it a lot of times. Was he number 86, right? Like kind of a bigger tight end. And that one, cricket pitch, bounces up there, ball 1.
The baseball team's been impressive so far. You know, obviously coming into the season, Kenny and I talked about it and thought there might be some question marks, but they played well tonight. I've been impressed.
0-2 pitch just off the corner. Or that was a 1-2 pitch, so 2-2 now. Westfield's got runners down at second and first. They lead by 10 here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 8:15 here local time. And there's a swinging bunt by Connor Doles. And he's going to reach. Safe. Man, I'll tell you, Connor's not the fleetest of foot. He got away with a bunt single. The pitcher slipped and still almost got him. It was kind of probably a tie. But now Westfield with the bases loaded and nobody out for Big J-Dubs. John Walker Moore.
J-Dubs Mo.
Seems like anybody that wears 24, I gotta have a nickname for him or something. Wade Walker.
World War
24.
I want to see J-Dubs wear 24 next year in football.
If it's the same size as what Wade was wearing, that thing will be stretched out. Now looks like we've got another pitcher coming in. This time it'll be a left-hander, and that is number 14, Jace Newton. So why don't we take a quick break and come back with more right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back into the Hornets Nest. As Westfield leads 11-1 and has all the ducks on every pond.
And the big duck is up. And that's my man, John Walker Moore. We got to get him in for some interviews or something because he is appears to be pretty entertaining. We haven't really got to know him, so maybe during the preseason football special or something we can catch up with him and get to know him a little bit.
Yeah, I wish we had like a halftime or something for baseball so we could interview Coach Fitz because that'd be another entertaining interview. Coach Fitz is probably one of the funniest guys.
Yeah,
you'll meet.
He is pretty entertaining. That is for sure.
He put the deuces up in basketball when he had to leave the gym. It's like, peace out, I'm gone. Nah. We talked to him after that. He said he just got a little fired up, He's getting ready for baseball season. He's just ready to Lou Piniella unofficial, but nah. Coach Fitz is all in good fun.
He is no doubt a trip. I mean, that guy is just unbelievable how funny he is. And it's funny because Ryan has an intensity in sports, but Ryan doesn't like to speak. I mean, I'm sure he speaks to his friends, but he's just kind of quiet when you try to interview him. So Big J-Dubs steps to the plate. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Jace Newton delivers. Swing and a miss by John Walker. And if he connects, man, he might hit one of those Ford F-150s from David Reagan Ford.
I know David Reagan hopes not.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one you want right there. Anytime you lower your face that close to the ball and you watch it into the catcher's mitt, you're like, I should have swung. Yeah. You're like, ooh. Newton, lefty, third pitcher of the night for Tiftarea. And John Walker pops it straight up the chute here. And missing it, there's the catcher that time, number 18, as we almost lost the camera. That would have been bad. Holy cow. That would not have been good. Whoa.
Oh, whoa. My goodness.
Yeah, we would have, let's just say that would have been good.
Here, let me change angles here while you're
please
doing something.
I don't want people to think we're drunk. So, all right. So, let me, keep it on that angle for right now. John Walker looks at the pitch outside. You're going to have a little bit of higher viewpoint in just a second.
What in the world is wrong with you?
I don't know. So, let's see how that looks. And he smacks one straight up the chute again. And this one is infield fly rule. And let's just switch back to the other camera angle. Good times. That's what I get. That's what I get for being a great cameraman.
I don't understand what happened.
I don't either.
How did that happen?
I was going straight up the chute with him. And I lost it.
Goodness gracious.
So one out now. Good thing we got 2 cameras, otherwise this would be bad. And there's a ball slapped out to second base. Can they turn 2? No, they're going to go the easy way and take the sure out at first on Austin Burnett, but a run scores. And Westfield now leads 12-1. And there we go.
Anything improving in the camera situation?
I'm trying. Alrighty then. I think we're good. Woo-wee!
There we go.
So if this is ever uploaded to YouTube, watch out now.
Oh, they won't see that.
Well, that's true. Good point. Good point. So ground out for 3 and an RBI.
The runners are on second and third here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
12-1 is your score. Westfield on top. Tanner Westbrook with a 1-0 count. Ooh. It's almost like they're just too anxious. This pitcher doesn't have a whole lot of speed, and they're kind of getting out there on their front foot, really trying to hammer this thing.
Mm-hmm. Really trying to hammer.
Really trying to get it.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Or 1-1, excuse me. 1-1 pitch. Fouls that one away. 1-2.
Just something in play right here. Again, got a wide gap over there between third and short. Try to poke it through.
One-two pitch. Foul ball off of Tanner in the box. Remains 1-2. Bledsoe had 3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, and that was the home run by J.T. Walton, I believe his name was. And strike 3 swinging. Down goes Tanner Westbrook. That'll do it on the 4th. Your score, Westfield 12, Tiftarea 1. They got to score 2 runs at least to continue this game. We'll be right back after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back into the Hornets' Nest. Westfield on top here in the top of the 5th, 12-1. And with Aiden Murphy on the mound here, hoping they can seal things up here in this top half of the 5th with an 11-run lead. And as Kenny mentioned before the break, if they allow less than, 2 runs? They need to only allow 1 run is what they can allow, right?
Right, yeah, they can 10-run rule them if they hold them to
1 run or less.
And they will be facing the top of the order, though, Marlowe, Polk, and Bo Vickers here in this 5th inning. Trying to get all the numbers here. Jace Newton pitched a pretty good inning there. No hits, no runs. None to him, anyway. So Marlowe, who is 0 for 1, he did walk, and he lines one just past the glove of Cole Brandon. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. Over there sliding, and that's going to be a stand-up triple. He's up to get down. So a triple over there for Cade Marlowe. And not what you wanted to see for Westfield when they only allow 1 run. So leadoff triple, and David Polk will come to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He walked, had a stolen base. And now he'll come to the plate with a runner on third. 12-1 is your score for Westfield here in the top half of the fifth. Murphy will remain from the wind and the pitch. And there we go. Ryan Fitzpatrick throws it into left field on the pickoff attempt. And now it's 12-2. Pitch was a strike.
And the throw to third was not.
It was into left. Way off. Samsonite. Strike two.
Now just focus on the next three batters.
That is, I think that goes down on earned run, right? I never understand how that works a lot of times.
No, it's
scored on the error, so.
Scored on the error, but
he got the third on the hit.
Third on the hit. I don't know. Ball outside. 1-2, your count. Dynamite
analysis right there. Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Sometimes maybe. A little bit. I don't know.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. And there's a ground ball. Foul down the third base line.
Just leave it there.
Yep, that's pretty much what they're doing. So he'll run down there to retrieve that. And the 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging.
Good pitch right there by Aiden.
Looked like a changeup of some sort. Got him swinging, and that is the first out. Here in the fifth inning, Bo Vickers will come to the plate. Bo has flown out to right field and struck out swinging back in the third inning.
Who hit the home run?
That was JT Tanner, the 5-hole batter, the right fielder.
Ooh.
Ball high there. It looked like he was trying to snap off the curveball.
Good look right there at it, but just didn't quite get the call.
So 1-0 your count. 1 out here, top of the fifth inning. Westfield leads 12-2. Yes, he did. Went around, strike one.
1 out, as Kenny mentioned. Right on that 10-run limit. 12-2 your score.
And he waits on that one and lines it into center field for a clean base hit.
The Hornets have dominated play, but Tiftarea, the bats are coming alive a little bit here in the fourth and fifth inning, trying to stave off the run rule.
So to the plate will be the cleanup hitter, Rhett Rycroft. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third. And he has a runner down at first base now for him. And Murphy comes to the plate inside. Tell you one thing, Rycroft is not going to move. We saw that in the first inning. If there's going to be a play or a pitch inside, he is more than willing to take it.
Let's get a tailor-made double play ball here.
Pitch, and that one is slapped in the gap into left center field. And that is going to score the run, I would think, here. Cole Brandon, they're going to hold him at third, so a double in the gap. And now Westfield in danger of giving up that 10-run lead. As now they have runners at second and third for JT Tanner, who left the ballpark the last time up. And he absolutely piped that one. I mean, that was... Those guys out there in left field, they looked over and just, whoop, yep, that's way gone. Don't give him an inside fastball. 1-0 count. And Ryan's going to come out and talk to Aiden Murphy.
Not sure if you play the infield in here or just play him at normal depth. I mean, I would think you'd want to get the out at home. If you can, take the win when you can get it. But we'll see.
Foul ball off the foot of JT Tanner. So 1-1 now the count to the right fielder from Tiftarea. Georgia Southern still trails 4-0 in that one in the eighth. Foul ball again. by JT Tanner, but it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. (12-2) is your score. 1 out, 2 runners on. Foul ball into his dugout. Hawks, we trail by 16 at home. Even before halftime, minute 15 to go. Crazy. And that one foul back, and Brett dives again. You are not in midseason form, my friend.
Nope.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aiden Murphy got a tough batter here in JT Tanner. They're battling. Wind in the pitch, and he hits him. Tried the curveball, but left it up and hits him in the back. And now the bases are loaded for Chase Hammond. So bases loaded, and Chase Hammond, who struck out looking his first time up. Aiden having a little trouble here in this 5th inning. Westfield needs 2 outs and no more runs to end this one. And now the head coach will come out. And I don't know if he's going to make a substitution for the batter or what. I think, yeah.
We'll make it quick.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is here. As you can see, the head coach speaking with the umpire and who is going to come out. Number 10, Noah Kennedy. Oh, Bo Kennedy. Okay, so Bo's going to come back out, so they're going to re-switch here. Bo started the game at catcher, left, and now he returns. With the bases loaded, he slaps one to short. That's going to score the run, and they get the out at second base. So run scores, but they get the force at second, and that's going to make it 12-3. So that run scores, and Westfield is going to indeed bat. And Hayden Weeks will be the batter. The center fielder is flied out to center and popped out to shortstop. Pitch over the head of Weeks. Ball 1. Two outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Westfield leads by 9 runs. That pitch is outside. It's going to be a play at the plate, but nobody covering there. Aiden Murphy kind of fell asleep on that one. Ryan Fitzpatrick was almost able to rush back himself, so the wild pitch scores a run. It's now 12-4. This has not been a good inning for Westfield. And their ball as well, so 3-0 now. This half inning can't get over soon enough. 3-0 pitch, strike 1.
Two outs.
3-1 count, 2 outs, runners on, or 1 runner at second base, and that pitch is taken low, ball 4. I don't know, this might be Aiden's last batter. You got Drew Cook, or no, is it Jace Newton? Kane Cooper will pinch hit. I think if I had an hour and 15-minute drive, I'd be moving little faster. Kane Cooper, number 9, will bat. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Cooper to the plate. Westfield leads 12-4. Hayden Murphy having all sorts of trouble here. He's got 3 runs already across the plate. And this is the 8th batter of the inning. And that is a foul ball. Strike 1.
Hayden a little frustrated right now, giving up the 3 runs in this inning, wanting to close things out. He just needs to finish off this batter.
And that is stroked down the left field line, but getting over there to make the catch was Ben Murphy for out number 3. So Westfield leads by 8, but it's not over yet. You listen to Westfield Baseball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Hornets Nest and the opening game of our baseball schedule here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Westfield leads 12-4 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And on the mound is Kane Cooper. He'll be the 4th pitcher of the night for the Tiftarea Panthers. Westfield had Brian Bledsoe start. Aiden Murphy has come into relief. And he has given up 3 runs there, all in the bottom half of the, or top half of the 5th. If no runs had scored, this ball game would have been over, but he allowed 3 runs, and that's now an 8-run lead. So Westfield, if they can put 2 on the board here, that will end it.
And they have Cole, Aiden, and Ryan. Cole, Ryan, Aiden.
So it's that's your meat of your lineup there. You want to see make some action. I left 2 guys on base, if I'm not mistaken. You know this gets played on Channel 100, right?
You'll get to hear my musical rendition.
All your glory. Strike 1 on the inside corner on Cole Brandon. Cole is 1 for 2, struck out looking, singled and scored, and walked back in the 3rd. Looks at a pitch high and away, evens count 1 apiece. Check on the Hawks. Can't believe they'd be losing that big to the Rockets with nobody. 59-45 at halftime. Rockets outside.
A little comeback.
They do seem to start slow. And I'm guessing Houston is going to, they're trying to rally without their 2 leaders. Pitch high. 3-1. Hawks have been fun to watch this year. It's been a long time since they've been this good. I don't think they've ever been this good, I guess. So, swing and a miss. Not since I've watched them, anyway.
No. Dominique was a one-man show. They had Mookie Blaylock. They were pretty good.
Oh, my goodness. That is stroked down the right field line. Just foul. Off the bat of Cole Brandon, so it'll be a full count for Cole. Yeah, there's a lot of good basketball on the night. Georgia, as you said, they play Kentucky tonight up in Athens, so Georgia a lot better at basketball this year than they have been in the past, but Georgia Tech, from what I understand, is getting stomped. I don't know if what's-his-name's going to last that much longer.
Gregory?
Yeah. Tech kind of, after that run, strike 3, swing and miss by Cole Brannon. But after that run with Hewitt back in, 2004, they have pretty much nosedived ever since.
They had some good teams, and then they had some guys. I mean, you have, what was the guy's name? Crittenton on your...
Oh, yeah, now he's in prison or something, right, for
killing
murder?
Somebody. I mean, a lot of probably questionable character guys, but...
Right. Strike 1 there to Ryan Fitzpatrick. But yeah, you lose Hewitt, or you let Hewitt leave, and then you bring in Gregory, who was successful. I can't remember, where was
Dayton?
he? Dayton?
I think Dayton.
High, ball 1. But
problem
Georgia,
with him is they play in a really difficult conference now with Syracuse, Louisville, Pitt coming in. And
you already had Duke, North Carolina, NC State.
And now with the emergence of Virginia, that's no longer a winnable game.
Strike 2 over the outside corner.
For anybody except Duke. Only team to beat them, so.
Yeah, it's been, and then the SEC is kind of
not very good.
Yeah, I mean, you got Kentucky, obviously.
Arkansas is pretty good, but that's about it. Florida's down this year.
Florida's down. Ball 2 there, 2-2.
Tennessee's not what it used to be.
Well, Bruce Pearl went to Auburn. They thought he was going to be the savior for them, and they stink still.
Yeah, it's going to take a few years, I'm sure. But
Georgia's doing well, though. They might. Ooh. Whoa. That looked good, but inside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I think the best league is probably the ACC this year, I would think. But
there's a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman comes up with it, throws on to first in time for out number 2. So 4-3 put out for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
For some reason, everybody loves the Big Ten, but to me, there's not really that many great teams in the Big Ten. I mean, Wisconsin's good, and Maryland, they say, is good. But you can't really justify that Maryland's that great because they beat Wisconsin. I mean, that's kind of eating your own self.
The thing that the Big Ten does, though, that helps them is they're very good in the tournament because they are very defensive-type teams. I mean, Michigan State, Wisconsin, you can go ahead and pencil them into your Sweet 16.
Michigan State might not even
I'm just saying, generally, normally when they're on the docket, you know that those 2 teams are always going to be in the Sweet 16. And there's a ball 1 there on Murphy. But, yeah, I mean, the Big Ten, I think, overall this year may not be as strong. But there's a weak pop-up out to short, and that'll be caught, and that'll do it on the bottom half of the 5th inning. So we will play a 6th inning. Your score, Westfield 12 and Tiftarea 4. Listen to Westfield Baseball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. So we head to the top half of the 6th inning. Aiden Murphy will remain on to pitch. As I want to thank our sponsors here for their support: Sonic Drive-In, Com South, David Reagan Ford, Planters First Bank, Brandon Outfitters, and Bill and Laura Amos for all their support here during the baseball season and all season long in all sports here at Westfield. They enable us to come out here and bring the action to you, to all the fans who cannot make the game but would still like to keep track of what's going on. So thank you to those fine folks. And if you want to advertise with us, or you're a parent or grandparent or friend or what have you, we have different packages as well for them as well if you want to. So let us know. Contact us. Email us. Our email is on the website. And there's a pitch, strike one, over the inside corner to number 20. Number 20 is Dawson Patterson. All right. Got our buddy up here helping us. Appreciate that. Matthew Brown, right? All right, there we go. Houston Home Journal. There we go. There's my man. So Matthew Brown, check out his work. Houston Home Journal. Does a good job covering out here with Westfield. What he does is not an easy job. I rode a little bit down at Georgia Southern, and that is not fun. Inside pitch.
For you.
Well, it wasn't for me because
you weren't good at it.
Well, the first assignment they gave me was fencing. I go out and cover a fencing tournament, and I was like, okay. Foul ball, 2-2. Yeah, that was down at Georgia Southern in the Georgian newspaper. And
what do you say? He fenced well?
I mean, there was all sorts of.
Did you learn any new terms?
I did not. All I know is there's actually a button underneath the sword.
Yeah.
There's a shot in the gap. Getting over and making the catch, though, is Ben Murphy. That sounded good off of the bat, but that is the first out of the inning. And that'll put him back to the top of the ordering. Cade Marlowe will come to the plate. He tripled and scored his last time up. So a line out to left by Patterson. 1 ball, no strikes. On the leadoff hitter for the Panthers. And he strokes one. Deep fly ball, right center field. That is out of here. Wow, he got a hold of that one. Cade Marlowe crushes one to right center. And that is the second home run of the night for the Panthers, and they close the lead 12-5 now. Westfield was looking to run rule them, and now they better just hang on to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they still got a 7.
That was impressive.
That was a shot there. To me, there's nothing prettier than a left-handed swing. I wish I could switch hit a little, but definitely not to that skill. But Ken Griffey Jr. is always going to go down to me as the prettiest left-handed swing. High, ball 1. It just seems so much more natural for a left-hander. Like they don't seem like they overswing like a foul ball. You get right-handers up there and something they're trying to grip it and rip it.
Will Clark.
Yeah, he was probably, but he was such a smooth hitter though too, swing and a miss.
I know, he had such a sweet swing.
I mean, he just, nice and just, it seems like it stays in his zone longer.
Chipper had a pretty sweet swing.
Yeah.
Righty or lefty. Probably better lefty though.
Yeah, his old little toe tap deal was 2-2 the count now on Polk. 1 out. Westfield leading 12-5.
Adam LaRoche has a pretty cool swing, but it doesn't.
He does
yield a whole lot.
He just makes me want to go to sleep. And there's a shot. Left center, back, and short hops the wall. And pulling up for a double is Devin Polk. And right now they are teeing off on Aiden Murphy. The ball is flying well here tonight for the Tiftarea Panthers. I know he wants to get Aiden through this without burning another pitcher, but I don't know how much longer
I think they just sent somebody to warm up in the bullpen.
And that pitch is fouled off over to the on-deck circle. 0-1. Westfield does have 1 out here. A line out by Patterson to start, and that was a shot. So everything's been hit hard here in this inning. And that one fouled off down the third base line and can't come up with it. Brian Bledsoe tried. I think he thought it was going to be closer to the fence than it was. He kind of overran it. But 0-2 the count.
I think the problem with Aiden is he hadn't been able to get that curveball working, and that's really...
Yeah, otherwise just spinning.
Yeah.
What do they call that, a cement mixer?
Yeah, and that's allowed them to just tee off on it.
Yep, and Ryan pass ball here, runner advancing to third. And now runner at third with one out. For as well as Westfield played for those first 2 innings, they have kind of definitely rested on their laurels, I guess is how you'd say it. And that is stroked deep down the left field line. And in fair territory, they make the catch for out number 2, but that will score Polk from third, and it's 12-6.
Well, you'll trade a run for an out there, I think.
Yeah, but they are not. They are swinging the bats. That is for sure. So Rhett Rycroft to the plate with nobody on in the dirt, ball 1.
Just not able to get the curveball working today, and Aiden having trouble. And when you're not able to get your off-speed stuff working, the fastball just looks like, you know, it's batting practice.
That's stroked out to short. Cole Brennan plays it off to his left. High throw, and that will go out of play down the line. Cole obviously a little skittish from his last time and kind of played that one off to his side, juggled with it just a little bit, and then kind of rushed his throw. E6. Advances runner down to second. JT Tanner to the plate, and he was the first home run hitter here tonight. And he strokes one into left field for a clean base hit. Murphy comes up with it, throws and hits the cutoff man there, so he holds runner at third, but now runners at the corners with 2 out. And the hit parade continues. So Bo Kennedy now up. He had an RBI back in the 5th inning on a force out from shortstop to second base. 12-6 is your score. And that one fouled back. Brett ducks again. Strike 1 to Kennedy.
Reflexes, man.
One time I'm not going to duck, and it's going to slip right between those holes and catch me right in the face.
Right in the teeth.
Right in the kisser. Westfield led 12-1 going into the 5th. 5 runs have been scored since by Tift. And stealing second base is JT Tanner. So now 2 runners in scoring position. For Bo Kennedy, he has a 1-1 count with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th. And there's a shot down the third base line, and that rolls foul. 1-2. Hopefully we can get out of it here, as we are now approaching the 9 o'clock hour. And I am tired. And there's another one. The player who was sent down there to get the last one might as well pick up 2 while he's down there. And Georgia Southern trying to come back. They trail 4-1 in the 9th inning.
Never know.
Strike 3 on the curveball. Got him looking to end the inning. So 2-run score on 3 hits, and they leave 2. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Westfield leads 12-6 here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. welcome back in as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning with Westfield leading 12-6 over the Tiftarea Panthers. As I said, Westfield was up 12-1. They've allowed Tiftarea to kind of crawl back into this thing, 12-6. Giles Amos leading off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He is 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, and an RBI and a stolen base as well. So 2 singles and a double. Good night for Giles.
Yeah, he's probably been the player of the game so far for Westfield.
Yeah, he and Brian Bledsoe pitched pretty well as well, but I think, yeah, Giles definitely in the lead for the Sonic player of the game. Giles swings. Boy, that's an aggressive cut from Giles Amos. Comes up empty, though, 0-1. This is Kane Cooper still on the mound. He's probably got more heat than we've seen of anybody here thus far. And that pitch is high, ball 1. Polk started it. He pitched 3 innings. Drew Cook came on for an inning and 2/3. Jace Newton 1. Kane Cooper now in his 2nd inning of relief. Ball, and it's 2-1. On deck is Brian Bledsoe. And
Giles might be looking to get a hold of one here.
And that one's fouled back off to the right side. Evens count at 2-2. And he stays alive there, fouls that one back. Brett did not jump that time.
That's because I wasn't looking.
That will solve that problem. So 2-2. Pitch on the way from Cooper. High and away. Full count.
And he might get a walk.
Not great at math, but that would be 1,000 base percentage, on base percentage. And he strokes one down the right field line. That's going to fall in for a hit. And Giles, big turn around first. And he'll go 4 for 4 here tonight. 3 singles and a double for the big guy.
Good job. Giles has showed his improvement on the baseball diamond. As you said, we talked a lot last year, and, you know, as athletic as he is, and at times he showed.
And there's a bunt, but it's going to go foul off the bat of Brian Bledsoe.
At times he showed that he could really play baseball, but as you said, just you don't think of Giles as that's his best sport. But I tell you what, tonight he has played very, very well.
That's a good point. Just talking up here, he was coming off injury last year, so seeing a different side of him on the baseball diamond as that pitch is high, 1-1. And again, we are not knocking Giles at all.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's just how amazing of an athlete he is on the football field and basketball court.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, shoot, you're going to go 4 for 4 like you are.
In pretty much any direction of the field that he's gone in.
Yeah, I mean, he stroked
he
one
stroked
to left.
2 singles to left. And
a double to right, and he's just been all over. So, swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We really didn't get to see him all that much in basketball last year because of that knee injury. And Coach Fitz had him out in center field.
Yeah.
Due to that. Of course, he's in right probably because he's got a good arm. So that's a long way to throw the ball.
And there he goes. He's going to steal, and that's fouled off. Coach Fitz showing his skills over there. Makes a barehanded grab, throw over to the mound. I think he's still saying, I still got it. Former third baseman at Georgia Southern, if I'm not mistaken. Back in the days with Joey Hamilton and all those guys, I believe, and they were real good in the mid-'90s. Outside, ball 2.
And Westfield's got a very good outfield with Ben Murphy, Austin, Burnett, and Giles. A lot of speed out there. Can cover a lot of ground. Just got to get the pitching where it needs to be.
Foul back that way, and it's 3-2 still.
Ball fouled away and trying to get a new ball in here. So 3-2 your count with Bledsoe at the plate and Giles Amos on first base. Pitcher set, swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll be the first out of the 6th inning for Westfield. Giles Amos still on first.
So that is the first out of the inning. Giles over there at first base, and I want to correct it. Catcher.
Okay.
So it makes no sense. We got to get on our man Bill Price.
Why?
Down in Statesboro.
He tell you that?
He's like, yeah, he was a hot corner man. Played the hot corner. But you know what? Looking at Fitz, I can see a catcher. He got that squatty body. Ben Murphy now to the plate. He and Connor Doyle kind of flip-flopped here, and that pitch is outside, ball 1. Sirens going off across the way there. That's going down the interstate, it looks like. Pitch on the way, fouled up. Back behind us.
Getting a little chilly.
One ball, one strike, one out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Giles Amos over at first base. Ben Murphy at the plate. And Brett just knocked my arm, so I hit the camera. Try to get the view over there. And there goes Giles. That one's fouled back to the screen. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. It'll be interesting, not only not to play Tatnall and all those schools anymore in baseball. I mean, obviously it was a big change of football, but almost up head high there on Murphy, so it's 2-2. But Tatnall, obviously, with the premier program here in this state, it'll be interesting to see how well they do in GHSA.
Yeah.
I mean, with enough talent they have, though, I don't foresee them having any problem personally. Swing and throw down to second, and they got him. Double play. Strike him out, throw him out. Well, in the 6th inning. So we go to the 7th. Your score, Westfield 12 and Tiftarea 6. You're listening to Westfield Baseball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Welcome back as we go to the top half of the 7th inning, and on the pitch for Westfield will be Cole Brannon, and he is your closer. He has some heat, son. Wow. So he'll be on the pitch and close the book on Aiden, who pitched 3 innings as well, and he gave up 5 earned runs. Not a good outing for Aiden there. Here this evening. As trying to make out who the batter will be. That'll be
Weeks.
Okay, Hayden Weeks will lead off, the center fielder He'll be followed by, I believe, Kane Cooper. They flip-flop so much around here, it's hard to keep track of everybody. So on to close it down. Not eligible for a save, though, with a 6-run lead. But get 3 and get on out of here. 10 minutes after 9 almost now. Fastball high and inside. That is got to be tough to face after seeing Aiden up there. No knock on Aiden, but Cole brings the heat. Outside, ball 2.
Just got to find the zone. Find that release point.
There's some kind of chant going on there. Strike 1, though. Baseball doesn't do that much chanting anymore. I mean, they used to teach us to do the hey, batter, batter, but I think that's kind of frowned upon now.
Hey, batter, batter, batter. Hey, batter, batter. Swing.
Whoa. High and inside, and Hayden Weeks kind of getting a look like, man, I can't take your fastball to the chest or the chin. Won't be much left of me. So 3 balls, 1 strike. The wind and the pitch on the way from Cole Brandon. Strike.
Pitch.
Full count. Get him the high strike. That's belt high. So full count pitch on the way from Cole. Had an eventful game. Probably going to have a bruise on the cheek tomorrow. High, ball 4. Walks the leadoff batter, Weeks. Man, Westfield just does not want this game to end for some reason. Ryan's going to come out there and talk to Cole now. As Kane Cooper will be the batter. So Ryan will make his way back to the plate.
Cooper.
12-6 your score in the top of the 7th. Runner on first base, no outs. Westfield trying to lock down the victory here tonight.
First pitch from Cole, strike over the outside corner. I mean, if he can learn to paint the corners with that fastball, he'll be pretty tough. Aiden comes in, gives him a visit. I believe Bledsoe switched over to short.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about the runner on first.
Nah.
Just go after the batter.
And he's going to throw back. Safe. Back under the tag. And little Brett's getting cold, everybody.
It's a little chilly.
It's probably upper 50s, mid 60s or so. And there's a pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2. 0-2.
Not going to catch up with that.
The only good thing about no heat right now is no hornets. Literal hornets. Seem to find those a lot around here. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 right down the middle. Got him looking for out number 1. So 1 out here in the top half of the 7th, and on the hit will be Dawson Patterson, who lined out to left field on a good catch from Ben Murphy back in the 6th inning. Cole from the stretch. Long pause, fires, foul back. Brett moves out of the way again. Strike 1.
Getting better at that. Come on, you got to admit that was a pretty good one. That was just a head move.
Yeah, and the Hawks have gotten within 9 at the end of the 3rd quarter. We're not even going to get to watch a second of that game. Moving 0-1. One out. Pitch, ground ball up the middle. Can they turn two here? Steps in the bag, throws on to first. In time, double play. Ball game over. Westfield wins 12-6 over the Tiftarea Panthers. We'll take a quick break and be back with you here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Welcome into the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show where Westfield wins here tonight 12-6 over the Tiftarea Panthers and win their home opener here from the Nest. And we'll go ahead and jump right in it. Good night starting out for Westfield. They went up big 11-1, I believe, 11-0, and then home run given up to JT Tanner, and then Tiftarea tried to chip away at it and started making a game. And they got all the way to a 6-run lead, and that's where it ended as Cole Brandon got a double play to end it. But our player of the game tonight, brought to you by Sonic Drive-In, is Giles Amos. And no, we're not talking about basketball. No, we're not talking about football. But when you go 4 for 4 with stolen base, 2 singles, and a double, as well as an RBI, and 3 runs scored. So, Giles Amos, you are our player of the game, brought to you by Sonic Drive-In, as Westfield wins here tonight 12-6. Good pitching performance by Brian Bledsoe, 3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. Aiden Murphy, a little rough night, gave up 5 earned runs. And Cole Brennan comes on to close it up, and he had a strikeout, and he faced the minimum as he got the double play to end it. So overall, it's a victory for Westfield. A little ugly in the middle and towards the end, but they closed it out with some good runs in the first. So, Brett, go ahead and close this up. Next time we'll be here is next Monday, and you'll be here with Coach Craig for that one. So, any final thoughts?
No, I'm just impressed with the way Westfield started. Would have liked to have seen them have a cleaner last part of the game, but you can't argue with the 12-6 win over a rival, and get a big victory to kind of kick things off. You can really tell the rust from some of the basketball guys, but that's to be expected considering they're just coming off playing last Thursday. So hopefully big things for Westfield to come this season. They got to find some pitching. But I think they got some good ingredients to make a run at this thing. I mean, you got a lot of kids back from last year who beat the state champions at the end of the year 2 times in a row up there at Tatnall. So Westfield's got a lot of talent. It's just about trying to find the right formula, I think.
So Westfield wins here tonight. 12-6 is your final. So we'll go ahead and sign off. So for Brett Taylor, I'm Kenny Cofer. Thanks for listening to Westfield Baseball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.